about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
We spent our days on the coast of something beautiful. We got pulled into the tide of something real. But somehow I lost you on the way. I assumed you left me behind. Lifeless days and sleepless nights, so tired of it. I can't get you off my mind, can't forget it. Now I know what I've got to do is find my way back to you. Why did it take us so long? While I was dancing on my own. And now my prayers been answered in my darkest time. 'Cause now I found you. Waiting on the day you would come back to me, hoping that it didn't burn a bridge I couldn't see. And now that you're by my side again, I'll never leave you behind. Lifeless days and sleepless nights, so tired of it. I can't get you off my mind, can't forget it. Now I know what I've got to do is find my way back to you. Why did it take us so long?
quicker. He has time and space, but not much boost. Get the reset, and it's over, Rick.
He said no, looking for the pass to Ollie. Ollie redirects here into the back of the net from Milo.
Hits the backboard of the crossbar. The double touch from Kebab is absolutely out of this world. His first touch on the edge of look for the second. Gets that flip reset. Woofy, dangerous man.
Waiting up Phoenix, he beats all the defenders with an unbelievable musty flick.
Early for this ball played off the back of the board, and look at that double tap. Oh my god! Welcome everybody to the RSC Season 7.
It was indeed Sky versus Zulu with his musty double tap that got goal of the season.
Having him close.
Oh, you're going the wrong way, Stinos. That's towards your own net. What are you doing? Oh no!
Hello everybody and welcome to a new stream of RSC. Tonight we have the upper bracket final of Prospect. It's gonna be really exciting, but of course I'm not here alone today. I'm joined here by Mr. Blue Wolf.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's our first time casting together, so hopefully it'll be a good one, a one to remember, and hopefully we'll have a great time together watching Exolon take on Kindling in the upper bracket final. As you said, two great teams having a go at it today. If we slide on over to the team stats, I'll show you how good these two teams are. 64 played apiece, wins going the way of Exolon, but this is going to be incredibly close today, Quizzy.
Yeah, it really looks like a close game. Of course, only 5 wins difference between Exolon and Kindling. That's not, I mean, it is one entire series, one entire sweep, and one game more, but still, it isn't really that much. And of course, also first and second position in the same league, it's just really good. And also, just all the stats are all just really close to each other, so it's definitely going to be a really interesting game.
Yep, very interesting indeed. Some stats do go the way of Kindling, which is not what you'd expect when they're the team in second. The shooting percentage is considerably higher, sitting up on 33, just down on 27 for Exolon. But which players will be playing today? That's the question. Let's slide over to the player stats then and let's have a little talk about them. Is there anyone who immediately jumps out at you? Because there's a certain person on the Exolon squad who my eyes can't be distracted from.
Or Torchic. Of course, she's a Pokemon, but he's also a great Rocket League player, apparently. There's just those goals, that's 75 goals. It's just, yeah, it's quite a lot. And also the saves, 79 saves. Well, he's got to be really interesting to see if you, of course, I expect he plays tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play tonight as well. He is in the series, so he's playing tonight. So it's going to be really interesting to see him play, as he's just a great player due to his stats already. So it's going to be really interesting to see if he can perform the way we expect him to perform.
Yeah, a quick word then over on Kindling before we get into this game. Jobin, pretty good stats as well. 50 games played, 58 goals. Omar on 43 and 43, also very good. 31 and 31. Some very nice stuff going on. So I think we should just get right into this one. What do you say, Quizzy?
I totally agree with that. I will tell the players to join. Good luck and have fun. And there, we start off this match. It's going to be really interesting to see who's going to win. Of course, it's a best of 5. We don't do a best of 4 anymore. There are no draws available anymore. So here we go. The countdown begins, and here we go into the upper final. As the straight goes into the middle, Slice can maybe already take a goal here. Just puts it over. He's already going in. That's already a 1-0 for Exolon. This is a great start for them.
Yeah, an excellent intro to this game and a perfect segue for me to thank Anima for doing our new intro. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Hopefully this game will be as good to watch as that intro was. An excellent, easy viewing for them so far. The early goal comes through for ES, a player we didn't mention in the build-up, but one who is still incredibly potent, that being goal number 44. I don't know why I've got an accent all of a sudden. Goal number 44. Pretty good stuff. Could be getting the big 5-0 today if he has a very big series.
Yeah, it could be indeed. It's just having one good day and you can already score 10 goals in one game, but you never know, it just has to go your way. It's going to be really interesting to see how people play, and Kindling already now needing the pressure, also doing their best to keep it going, but not quite getting the ball in the back of the net. As Exolon just keeps clearing it out, having all the time to put the ball to the other side as they have an attack there, but can't quite get it into the goal. Now Jonas there tries to challenge him. Just, it's looking both ways this game right now.
Yeah, both ways, but with, of course, that early goal going the way of Exolon means they're sort of the more comfortable of the two sides. They are on the defence there for the moment. They seem to have recovered fairly easily. Jobin's taking that ball back to his man at the back, which is Omar. He's able to knock it away only as far as he is. He's trying to get something going, trying to look for that second goal. Things have calmed down considerably since the early moment of action in the ensuing minute or so. We've not really seen any major chances being created as of yet, but I think that might change very soon, as this Kindling side, they're going to be hungry for another goal here to try and tie this one up.
Yeah, indeed, they're really looking for another goal already. I think there's 3 shots on net and every ball just not going in. It's really looking unfortunate for them right now, but they're really trying their best to get this ball into the net. As there's another shot of Jobin and it hits the post again. It's probably already the 4th or 5th time they've hit the post this time, but they will keep pressing on as Omar's there, and that's a goal for Kindling, and that makes this series 1-1.
His name on the server is maybe Omar. That goal was definitely Omar, just over Torchik's car, slightly frustratingly from his perspective. Not able to get a touch on that, and Omar was able to come slide on in and knock that one home. Ties things up, 3 minutes 20 on the clock, and maybe the sands might be shifting, the tide might be turning a little bit in this game one. Still an awful lot of Rocket League still to come, but at the moment it seems that this Kindling side are in the ascendancy.
Yeah, indeed, Kindling really looking stronger now. Of course, after that first goal, maybe there was a bit of enthusiasm after that, just wanting to get the series in, wanting to get this win in, so you don't have to play another match, so you don't get a chance after this to still lose your spot. Of course, these two teams can both lose one time. They can afford to lose one time, because then they will be going to the lower bracket. But of course, you don't want to be in the lower bracket. No one wants to be in the lower bracket. But well, Kindling is really looking strong in this match. But they have quite strong rotations actually from both teams. I haven't spotted many mistakes in rotation, so this game is really looking like a good game.
It's funny, before the game you're talking, oh, there's too many mistakes in Prospect, but they've been playing really well. Maybe this isn't, it's not really Prospect when you get to like the 3 best teams, or arguably the 2 best teams left in the whole of Prospect. Maybe they are as good as the teams in that higher level. And Ace, the player who scored the first goal, been quiet ever since, was looking for his second there, not going to come for him. Borchek, who has also been quiet on the halfway line, that was a risky pass back. The double commit, not ideal. The mistakes maybe just about creeping into the play. Now that's going to be a shot. Turned away though. Only as far as Torchik in that corner, looking to try and get something going. And when you have a player with stats like Torchik's, 2 minutes to go and 56 points, you kind of expect more from them.
Yeah, indeed you expect more, but of course someone can just have a bad day and not perform as well. Or maybe he's just seeing this as a little warm-up match. So he maybe lets himself lose this match, maybe not playing as greatest, but next match he might be there, but we will have to wait for that till the next match. But well, Kindling now finding the pressure a bit back, as Exolon had the overhand a few minutes ago. But now they're defense again. This is a chance for Chess. Chess not getting through aces in the middle. They can pass it to the middle, but it tries to fake Omar out. Omar doesn't really buy it, but there's still a shot and it just doesn't go in. Exolon really trying to get back into this game again.
Looking to reclaim what was lost, that lead that slipped through their fingers. The game has not yet, though. They are the team with the majority of the possession at the moment. Double commit in the backlines. No punishment comes through as Shez is able to follow that ball. It's intercepted by Jobin. Could get a follow-up here. Gets a shot, but it's straight at that man Shez. 1 minute to go. Ball is in red hands. Should be moving fairly shortly. Saying that, just sort of rolled riskily across the box there. Kind of weird how that happened with 45 seconds left, though. This, I feel like it's anyone's game to lose, and that might just be the goal that loses it for Exolon.
It's anyone's games to lose, but it's also anyone's games to win, and Omar is gonna say it's my game to win as he puts his second goal in. That's just a lovely flick, just high enough, just low enough to not hit the cross, but just high enough to get over the last defender. Just a great flick by him, and that puts his team in front in this series with only 40 seconds left to play.
Yeah, 40 seconds to go. It's not been the most goal-heavy game so far. It's definitely been entertaining, though, as the red side looking to try and put one goal in that would definitely put this first game beyond doubt. and hand them control of this series. It's a perfect centre ball, but no one coming in for it. 2 players rotating backwards, and Omar, his chances left of begging. Jobin passes that one to his teammate on the right hand side. Not going to come for him though, as Torchik's on up for the aerial, sort of dodged Jobin there, but got a shot that was in the end fairly tame. As this ball is going to fall now to Shez. He has to make something with this. He passes it to Torchik. Torchik shot a little bit wide. It falls for Ace. Going up in the air, he's left of the net, or sorry, right of the net. My sides are wrong. That shot was almost in from Torchik.
That was really close, and would have been amazing for, of course, Torchik as well, as he hasn't had the great first game he probably wanted to have. But if he could score that goal, it was a great series for him. But sadly, he didn't. And Exolon losing this first game, it's kind of unexpectedly. But of course, Kindling, they've just had a great series as well. Almost no mistakes in rotation, so this deserves to win in my opinion.
Yeah, 9 shots for Kindling, not super different. 7 going the way of Exolon. Still pretty even. I feel like either of these two sides could go on and win this one. It's a 5-game series, of course, as we said. Not the usual 4-game as you come to expect from RSC. But it's sort of it sort of leaves you wanting more of this game. I want to see some of these players get involved. We saw Jobin there and Torchik. Neither of them were really in the headlines per se, and they've both scored the most goals for their teams. I'd like to see them, at least one of them, get going throughout this series and really show us what they're made of and what they've achieved throughout the season and why they deserve to be in this upper bracket final.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe it's just what I said. Maybe they just have had a little bit of a warm-up match. Maybe they really need to get into this game. Maybe they're just not at full potential right now, but maybe they might be in this match. We will see it in a bit as we are joining into the second match. It's going to be really interesting to see if Exolon can fight back and maybe take a 1-1 in this series, or if Kindling will be walking away with it in either be winning or being reverse swept, which is always not that lovely to have. But it's going to be really interesting to see who is going to win this series as we go into the kickoff and the countdown has begun. The countdown is ended as well. And here we go into this second game. Straight offense of Kindling, really trying their best to push up, but great clear from Exolon instantly, which puts the defense of Kindling in great stress, but they get out nice and easy. And it's looking good of Exolon having this pressure already on.
Yeah, Torchik's ended the last game incredibly quickly, started this one similarly as Shez went AFK, went AWOL there as Torchik forced to make a bit of a defensive play as well, combined with that attacking one he had not so long ago. He's once again in amongst the shots. That one was never going anywhere fast, but it still required something of a save from that keeper. It's going to be cleared away by Shez, demo by Omar, as this ball's headed back that blue direction. Torchik seems to be absolutely everywhere at the moment, got that touch on, and Shez eventually knocks it forward. Still, we've had 2 shots so far for Exolon, but I feel like we're waiting on our first big chance of this game so far.
Yeah, they still are, and Kindling now really looking to have that first chance, and there it is, and there it goes in. It's a nice, just a great send there, nice put in there. I don't know if he meant to do it, but well, it worked out for them. It's right down, and it's just an easy goal for Universe, and it just puts it in. It's a 1-0 for them in the second series.
Yeah, that ball just hanging out by that left post was just begging for a little touch to slide it into the net, and that's exactly what Universe provided. Sees us get the early goal here. The first goal in game 1 went to Exolon. Kindling ended up coming back to win that game. Maybe we might be seeing an opposite here, as Kindling, they did grab the early goal in this one. Here comes Shez looking for that equaliser. Probably should have got a touch on that one. Ace has got something to keep the attack alive. Torchik coming through, goes for a touch, not able to get it, tries to flick it past Omar, but he's alive to the danger. And Ace is forced to knock that ball backwards and try and, lick their wounds and rebuild an attack here.
Indeed, Exolon are really trying to push out because they, of course, they have to, else they are a really awkward sport as it is a best of 5. So if they lose this match, they're in a off position. But there's a shot of Torchik, but there's Universe on the line to save it as well. So that's just a great save of them. But Exolon really looking to get this match back in their hands. There's a double commit there, and this could be really bad for them if Exolon can get the ball out quickly. But Omar is there to solve everything.
Yeah, Omar seems to be the solution. The question of the Exolon offense, it seems like he's able to stop everything at the moment, but they are still looking for that first goal for them. That's clearance away from Torchik, stopping the second one going the other way as Universe trying to get back. Oh, good chip by Shez. Can he follow through? Not quite. He's intercepted by Jobin. That ball's still destined towards that red net at the moment before it is eventually and decisively cleared away. Bit of a pinball game at the moment. Neither of these teams really sticking any of these chances, but this Kindling side, they'll be perfectly content with this, considering they are still holding that lead.
Yeah, indeed, I would be if I was playing on my own. I would be as well. Just putting the ball to the other side and receiving it back and putting it back again. That's a great tactic as the ball almost goes in, but there can be a counter. As there has been a demo as well, but it won't affect anything on the counter. There's a nice touch off the wall, but doesn't quite get the way he probably wanted it to be. So that's an awful, actually just not that good of a counter. And there's a shot in of Universe again. He's really popping up this game and he's showing his true potential himself this game. And he's already put 2 in.
Yeah, second goal for Universe, really coming alive in this game number 2. Chips it off, I think it was the post. I'm not sure if it might have been the crossbar. Either way, it just fell deliciously into that net, and he's doubled the advantage here for his side of Kindling. They're Kindling, and they might just catch fire here in this series. They're looking for that title. They're looking to win Prospect, and they're just 2 games away from it. And 1 minute 50 seconds from taking this game 2, putting them in an incredibly commanding position. The defense looked shaky there at that moment. For Universe able to make the clearance, try and drag that one long. I think he was going to go for a demo instead of the ball, which let Torchic get back and make a clearance. Good touchdown to Torchic, able to let him project that one forward. But at the moment, it seems to be all Kindling here, and this Exolon side, they're going to have to gather themselves, and they're going to have to come back from 3 goals down.
Yeah, indeed. Last game it was Omar who made the goals. In this game it's Universe. Just keep going on it. Gets a nice ball to the backboard and passes it to himself and gets it in. That's just a great play of him. And that's a 3-0 for Kindling. Exolon really has to change things to get back into this series, or else it's not looking that good for them.
That's certainly not looking good for them at the moment. We'll see if that changes in potentially a game 3 or in what remains of the embers of this one. Universe able to hit that one forward. Falls to Torchic, tries to get that one going. Just this game, his attacks haven't been coming off for him at all, and with 1 minute on the clock, he's going to have to make a serious change if we are going to be seeing the goals. He makes a crucial save there. Fairly standard one though. That ball is recentered in the end. Torchic with a chance to dribble, touches it up and falls pretty cleanly and easily for Omar. It's a flick away from Ace, falls to Jobin. Shot is hit forward, but once again Torchic, right place, right time, and Exolon, they can't get out of their own half here.
They are really not looking like they can. They're not really playing like a team as well. It's just hitting the ball away, not having any possession of the ball. So that's probably something they will have to change as well. But well, I mean, they have 30 seconds. It's probably not going to happen, but you never know. But as long as Kindling just keeps contesting the ball or keep being near this ball, they can still win this series. And there's a shot from Torchic, just goes off, and there's Jobin to save the second shot. The rebound it's probably caught, and Universe goes for it again and just puts it high as well. But Omar's there and he shoots it in, shoots it high as well. And this is gonna be a counter with 9 seconds left for Exolon, but Exolon not making it, so probably not making it in this game as well. Probably will be losing this game, and Torchic is already standing AFK, has given up this match. Hopefully he won't give up next match, but this is a game for Kindling. Kindling really looking strong in this series and probably looking to take this series as well.
Yeah, game 1 was a bit of a toss-up, but that one was really all Kindling, and in a way it was all Universe from Kindling. 3 goals from him from his 5 shots. A save as well to add to the pile. 5-7, 2 points, comfortably top of the server. Torchic the only man with any real sort of contest on 3-8-6. 3 saves and 4 shots going in his favour. I did say before that I wanted him or Jobin to sort of come into the series, and I got my wish in a way. It's just a shame Torchic could not get involved in any of the goals, and it feels like Exolon, we could have played for another 5 minutes, and they did not look like scoring in that game number 2.
No, indeed, but Torchic did come back from his depths. He has been great in defense this game, but well, just not enough if you have 10 shots against you. If you only save 3, well, there are 4 or 7 shots on goal, not 4. So this just doesn't do it, but he has popped off this game a bit. Maybe he will even be better next game as he leaves the private match, but that's all fine. So it's gonna be really interesting to see if he can get better as we get a server reset asked. I don't know if we do that because I'm new.
I'm pretty sure we do. I need to be re-added to the party because I don't know what happens with connection issues. So the wheels have come off, so to speak. I should be getting right back into the action shortly, and I think this impromptu break will do Exolon the world of good, give them a chance to mentally reset. And apparently the game servers are down. Oh no, that would make a very interesting evening of playoffs for us.
That would indeed make a very interesting evening of playoffs. But this is a nice time there has been asked some questions to the captains.
Oh,
And
really?
well,
Wow.
this is there has been, and there's some interesting things because there has been asked like, what were your aspirations at the beginning of the season? And there's a really big difference between Kindling and Exolon. Exolon really wanted to be the top team in Prospect and really winning the league, even though Kindling was more like, oh, we're just having a team, we're just wanting to have fun, we just want to play the game, having a little bit of fun, have a little bit of laughs. Of course, we want to win, but well, main laughs is of course the big part. But well, it's really looking like it's working out for Kindling in this match because they are 2-0 up in this series. They only have one match left to win, one series or one match, and then they're on to the finals.
Yeah, they're in touching distance now, and you know what they say: the power of friendship wins all the time, because and that's what they seem to have at the moment on their side. It's nothing to do with Rocket League. It's really a test of friendship, and at the moment, Omar, Universe, and Job have just got that great connection. You know, that's what it is. It's friendship.
They already have, but the lobby has been reset. We are ready to go again as the players fill into their spots, and we're ready for this last game. Maybe last game. Not the last game. Maybe the last game of the series. Kindling really looking good into this series, but maybe Exolon can surprise us. Maybe they've sent back the bit and now they're going for the reverse sweep. We never know what's gonna happen in this last game. Maybe last game. I said it wrong again. As here we go.
It will be the last game if Kindling continue on the front foot, as they have done in the very early stages here, of course. Pre-development, trying to build an offense the same way they did in the previous game, just totally dominant that time. Exolon be hoping for a complete change in the way this game is played at the moment. It's not looking likely though, as the shots are coming in. They've not really found their range yet. Nothing's been on target as of yet, with the ball going that general direction. It will still be very encouraging for this Kindling side, as Universe trying to follow that one through. Doesn't get it in the end. It's cleared away by Shez, only as far as that centre of their own half. It's a miss from Universe. Bit of a weird one there, but Jobin's able to eventually centre before it is cleared away by Torchic. And I think they need to get out of their own half here. This could be their first chance at a real breakaway, as Shez is trying to lead it in from the corner.
Yeah, indeed. Exolon not looking as great as we have hoped in this match, but still, you never know. One goal is enough if they defend all the other goals or all the shots of Kindling. They only need to score one, so they can really be surprised. You can defend all game, but you can still win it, so you never know what's going to happen this match. But well, Kindling, it might just be shots and shots on, and they are hoping one will fall in, and that would be enough, as Exolon hasn't scored a great amount of times. I think they've only scored once with that kickoff goal.
Oh yeah, it was literally the first goal of the game and nothing since. That's not what you expect at all when you see the two heavyweights going at it. And Exolon, of course, did finish the regular season on top of their conference, something that is not true of Kindling, who did finish second. Bit of a weird one here. You wouldn't be expecting that at all, but at the moment it's all Kindling. They're the team that has been having all the sparks, having all the possession. Torchic with a good offensive demo. It just seems like they figured out their weakness. They realised that they can't be killed, and that's what they've done. They've killed them there and found the goal that they needed.
Yeah, indeed, this is a great play by Torchic. Torchic actually dying on his own, but still bumping Omer back and making him not able to make the save. And this is a first goal, a real goal, as I say myself, for Exolon. And Exolon now only having to actually defend in this match. If they just save all the shots, they're fine for now. So maybe they're looking to do that, or maybe they're going to go for aggressive for a second goal. Maybe pushing a little bit too hard as Jobin gets it flicked over, and there's already a goal. There's the 1-1. Exolon not really looking to keep on to their 1-0 lead, and that's already a 1-1, which is really unfortunate for them.
Yeah, great work by Jobin, flicking that ball up in the air. It's an agonising one to concede, that ball moving so slowly, sliding into your own net. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. 2 minutes 50 on the clock. This game might just spring into life here. It was pretty drab compared to what we've seen throughout the series before. Oh dear, that was an absolute hash of it there, that save. Eventually it scrambled away. Ace sort of forced to atone for Shez's mistake. He does so adeptly. It might be a chance for them to attack, but that's just something that has never really happened. They've never really sort of built anything sustained, and they're going to concede here. Once again, we see Exolon take the early goal, and it goes to 2-1. Where have I seen this one before?
Yeah, we have seen this one before as well, but it's also something. Hasn't in every game, hasn't just one player of Kindling scored goals? As far as I remember, Omer scored in the first match, Universe scored in the second match. Well, it's now Jobin's turn, and he takes everything he can already. 2 goals in this series, really looking to take this match to his house on his own. Kindling really looking strong again. This is not looking good for the side of Exolon. Exolon really needing to play up as there's another match. Universe misses it as well. That's really unfortunate. That could have decided the game. That could have had such a big impact on the mindset of Exolon that it could have maybe already be the end of the series, but it hasn't been, and Exolon is still in this game with only a 2-1.
It's going to completely mentally shred you getting swept in the upper bracket final, especially when you have a lower bracket game coming up very shortly. A lot of pressure on this Exolon side to scramble something together, whether it be in the next game or the remainder of this one. The margin is still 1 goal, remember. Anything is possible when just have that tiny margin. They could easily come back in this game, and hopefully as a result this series. Torchic's going backwards though, caught on the back foot, slipping around, and Omar is able to slot that ball home, and that could be the goal that kills Exolon here.
Yeah, indeed, it's just really unfortunate for Torchic not doing the right thing, and probably is thinking about himself right now as well, like, why was I backwards there? But well, it's too late now. There's a 3-1 lead for Kindling, and Kindling really looking to take this home. Really, well, just, I mean, they do really deserve it. I haven't spotted a single big, I mean, some double commits, but beside that, there wasn't a real big error in defense. They've just been really strong in defense. You can also say, like, Exolon hasn't been good in offense, but it's also Kindling's defense is also really popping up.
I would say Exolon haven't really like been on offense. They've barely provided anything down that end of the pitch. They've mainly just been holding on at the back. And when you're just trying to hold on, that's when you're just going to concede goals. 50 seconds on the clock. Exolon, can you show us something? Are there still signs of life? Ball falls for the centre. Ace knocks it forward. No one's going to be following that, so he goes for it himself. Ends up just tapping it to Omar, going for the long shot down the field. Seen those go in before in Prospect. It is going to be saved by Torchic though, coming across to make that one. Ball's flying across the centre. Shez knocks it forward, gets a good double touch. Jobbins might accidentally centre this here. Does have the boost to work with. He has accidentally centred it. The double commit comes through, but it's a necessary one as that ball is cleared away. Shez going to be centering it. Gets a good centre. Torchic here, so quiet throughout the series, and in the dying embers of this game, he's got his first goal.
Yeah, indeed, finally he's got his first goal. He's feeling great about this, but of course only 17 seconds left. Well, it is doable, but it's going to be really tough. I don't think they can get another passing play like this in those 17 seconds, but we will see if we go to the kickoff. This is a great win for Kindling here. Kindling maybe looking to extend the lead again, giving the side of Exolon a little bit of hope, but then taking it all away really soon as there's an awkward touch. All 3 people of Exolon are offense. There's a double commit. It's really unfortunate. Ball goes down. Torchic is there, tries to shoot it. Just misses it. Really unfortunate as the ball goes into the center again, and that's it. The ball's down. The match is over. Kindling take this home. Sweeps Exolon, which was, well, I just want to say, kind of unexpected. But well, they have played absolutely insane.
Yeah, super duper unexpected. I'm glad that, you know, we sort of rushed into the game. We didn't do the predictions beforehand, because I think I might have made a very bad one. I did not see this coming at all. Kindling with this sweep, it was convincing in the end. You know, 1 goal margin in game 1 and game 3, but they were far and away the better side. And I think, you know, probably will be favourites now to go on ahead and win this grand final, which they will have a place in just under 2 hours time. Time is difficult. It's an hour and a half, I think, until the grand final.
It's going to be really interesting. Maybe these two face each other again, and maybe that we will see a different Exolon.
Yeah, well, you sort of need to see a different Exolon, because that Exolon we just watched, no offense to them, they weren't at their best. They weren't good enough to be able to contest this Kindling side who came out to play, and that's what they did. Really good performance from them, and I'm looking forward to the remainder of this playoffs, even though sadly I'm not casting it. Quizzy, are you going to be taking the next game?
No, I'm not casting here as well, but sadly enough, I'll be heading off as well. I'll probably be watching it with my left eye, but not much more, sadly. Do we have an interview right now or not?
I don't think we don't do an interview, I think, until the end of the evening, where we do a full team and GM interview with whoever wins the playoffs. But, you know, still a little bit more gaming to get through before we get to that. I think we will be having a little short half-hour break before we coming right back with the next game. It will be the lower final, the penultimate game of these playoffs, and it will be Vecta and Barmanitan coming in to cast that one. 2 amazing casters, an amazing game. What more could you ask for? See you guys in 30 minutes.
Sound machine always speaking. Now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. Yeah, I play you my favorite songs on a car ride while you list me all the people that left you in your life. Oh, oh, and you smoke on your chair while I was trying to sleep. I smell the smoke in the air, but that was normal for me. I didn't know. I didn't know. But now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, feels like I'm 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. Oh, at 21. Yeah, I'm 21. Oh, just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Doing things I shouldn't know. At 21. At 21. At 21. Oh, I'm 21. monsters out your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. For the throne. So you wanna be never kissed the rain. Ice runs in my veins. Won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
You got me thinking all I did was wrong. Guess you got all you wanted. Yeah, I don't know why suddenly you're gone. You'll never be forgotten. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. In retrospect, I could have paid attention. I could have tried harder, been smarter. Deep water, I'd be drowned. I should have felt the tension. I overreacted and acted childish, impacted us all around. When you were pushing me away, I should have tried to give you space and get out of your way. How did I not see this coming? You leaving one day. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run.
I'm walking around in the circle of life, doing the things I know, walking the same ways 100 times with the same soul. But do you ever try to path on the right side, put it up in your mind? But do you ever try to path on the left side, put it up in your mind? It's gonna be alright. You run, try, roll your mind. 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 Seeing all the watering fill your eyes, doing the things they know, talking about the same old stories they've heard about the people they think they know. But do you ever try to path on the right side, put it up in your mind? But did you ever try to path on the left side, put it up in your mind? It's gonna be hard. You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try.
You just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. You used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave and by the time it's done I'll be gone. I'll be so distant when you're home, always hanging by your phone. Do I even know you? And I get paranoid sometimes, 'cause I know that you ain't mine, and I'm lost without you. You still be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad.
No quicker. He has time and space, but not much boost. Get the reset, and it's over, Rick.
He said no, look for the pass to Ollie. Ollie redirecting it into the back of the net from Milo.
Hits the back foot of the crossbar. The double touch from Kebab is absolutely out of this world. His first touch on the edge of look for the second. Gets that flip reset. Woofy, dangerous man.
Waiting up Phoenix, he beats all the defenders with an unbelievable musty flick.
Early, pull this ball played off the back of the board, and look at that double tap. Oh my god! Welcome everybody to the RSC Season 7.
It was indeed Sky versus Zulu with his musty double tap that got goal of the season.
We're having him close.
Oh, you're going the wrong way, Stinos. That's towards your own net. What are you doing? Oh no! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the RSC EU. It is playoff time in the Prospect Division. If you're just now joining us, you've narrowly missed out on the upper final on this mainstream, which ended up in a 3-0 sweep for Kindling's first versus second there. So that was a pretty big result. And now going down into the lower final, Exolon with their last chance now against also Severence, who are coming off a sweep in the lower semi as well. And I'm joined here by Barmanitan to talk about it. How are you feeling about the playoffs going so far, Barmanitan? Is it coming up to your expectations?
I mean, I don't think it's really gone how anyone expected it. There have been quite a few upsets, not the least Kindling getting that sweep against Exolon, who I think came into this expected to win pretty easily, but Kindling, they've come and upset the odds, got into that grand final, and now we're heading into this lower final to see who will meet them there.
Yeah, there's plenty to be said about that. I think they're still a fantastic team. Of course, they were in second place, just below Exolon, so it wasn't a massive surprise. Maybe it was quite crazy that it was only a sweep and that we didn't see a game 5. In fact, we've only seen one game 5, which was played between Terra and Severance in the lower round 1. So Severance coming into this maybe a little bit more experienced, maybe a little bit more fatigued. There's two sides to this coin, I feel like. But for me, do you expect Exelon to kind of bounce back from this? Know that despite that they lost pretty handily to the second place, that they're going to be a little down on themselves, not play as well against Severance, though they are playing a little bit more fresh than Severance, who have I think had to maybe wait a little bit longer than their opponents.
It's a really tough one to call. Severance, they came in with their roster changes, with Maurice and B-Shake moving over to join High-Vis there, and it's really led to this great team. They've just swept Yggdrasil, who were top of Glacies. They finished 3 places below them in the final league table, and they've just swept them. So they're coming into this with plenty of confidence, and I'm sure they'll really want to give Exolon a great game, because it's been quite the story for Severance so far in these playoffs.
Yeah, Yggdrasil, as you said, top of Glacies, just about finishing in that top spot, and Severance coming up from 4th now in playoffs. I mean, I'm still talking about the standings. I'm still in league play mode at the moment, Barnett, and I'm not quite got into the playoff mindset. But some of these teams have, and they're doing quite well. This is still a best of 5. However, we'll only be doing best of 7s in the grand final, which will be coming a little bit later on. But right now, we do have Exolon versus Severance, 2 fantastic teams that have had to scrap their way to this point. I feel Severance had a bit more of a harder time, I feel like, having to go to that game 5 and then doing so well to bounce back and get an easy sweep over Yggdrasil. I feel like this is going to be quite a clash. I expect this one to go to game 5. I still think Exelon are going to take it overall, just because they've shown to be more consistent throughout the league in the last 8 weeks. But I still think Severance have got a chance.
Yeah, if we head into the team stats very quickly, you will see just how much better Exolon have been in league play. They finished with 13 more wins, finished with only a few more goals for, to be fair, but their defense really was up a notch throughout the season, not even reaching that 100-goal mark. So yeah, Exolon, they're definitely coming into this as favourites, but I'm going to try and go the other way, get that underdog story to go all the way to the final and say Maurice, B-Shake and High-Vis will come out with the 3-2 win. I'm also going to go for a game 5.
Yeah, it's going to be such a close one in terms of how these teams approach one another. Of course, they were across conference. They didn't play each other all that much. I'm not sure they actually have played each other until this point because they were in opposite conferences. So to see them play against each other now, I think they still respect one another in their ability to play. Exelon, knowing that Severance have come up and had to fight through the lower bracket to get to this point, probably going to be a little bit more respectful of them, but I still see them pushing forward, trying to take control of this series as quickly as they can, knowing that they lost 3-0 in the last one. They're going to be fighting to win this one 3-0 on the opposite end and going with some momentum to the grand final, because they're going to be facing Kindling again, and it's going to be so much tougher, especially on the wrong side of that bracket reset.
Yeah, the bracket reset is always so daunting, coming from that lower final where you've just had to beat out, and it's always a good opponent that will finish in that 3rd spot. But we are going to get into this first game, and it looks like it might be Exolon with the early pressure.
They joined a little bit earlier than I expected them to, but we are kicking off now with the lower final. Just one more match to go before we get to the grand final. We've got to get through at the very least 3 games of Rocket League before we arrive there. As Ace and B-Shake 50 just on the edge of the Severance box. A little bit of pressure for Exolon early on, 30 seconds in. But I think both these teams just trying to figure each other out. They've had a little bit of a break between series, but they should be plenty warmed up by now.
You'd like to think so, if they have both just played that series. Prospect, the only tier to be split across 2 days, but you still get that one series as warm-up coming into this. I'm sure both the teams scrimmaged before that as well, so Yeah, you wanna see some good Rocket League right out the gates, but so far, yeah, not too much on show from either team. They've struggled to maybe break forward and launch any shots on target.
Looking at some of the responses that both of these teams' captains gave when we asked them about how their league play went, how they felt about playoffs, and just how far they felt they could go. They both seemed quite confident, quite ambitious. There's a pass down to Ace from B-Shake. That was an awful pass down to the midfield. I think he was expecting one of his teammates to be there. Neither had much boost, and Ace just comes flying in. It's way too easy to finish that one.
Yeah, Maurice looked for a second like he might have the save, but he flipped the wrong way in anticipation of his shot. Allowed it to go past him, and yeah, Exolon have this early lead as, you know, none of the players looked very, very convincing in defense there.
I think defense is probably going to be the thing that wins the day. We know that Prospect could be a little bit less consistent than divisions above it, but still, it's not a truly high scoring division on average, so we'll just have to see how these teams adapt to each other through the midfield, especially with passing like this. Torchic down to Ace. The captain gets beaten by the opposite side captain with high-vis on Severance. I'm mixing up my words, but both these teams trying to figure out what to do through the midfield. It seems like the kind of game where they don't want to take too many risks. They know that going down one game in a best-of-5 series early on is probably one of the worst positions to be in because it kills your momentum, kills your confidence, and Exolon are starting to take control a little bit more.
Yeah, B-Shake will have to try and get this one around. His boost stolen out by Torchic, who looks for the demo after, but B-Shake will still get it clear down the field. He has it rolling up the wall, but Ace is there to it before him. Has it past Maurice as well. Only High-Vis now left in defense for Severance, but Ace couldn't get the follow-up. High-Vis is touched forward, knocked back by Maurice. B-Shake can't get there first, and Torchic! What happened to the defense from Severance here? Torchic has the 2-0 lead.
I mean, looking at how it was going, Slicey was demoed out. There was no presence in the midfield from Severance, and the rotations completely fallen apart. It seemed like there was no communication between the two defenders at the back there. Easy finish for Torchic to go in and put that away. He'll be thanking his stars for that. And getting a 2-goal lead this late into the game. There's still 2 minutes left to go, of course, but like I said, Prospect's not a very high scoring division, so these just individual goals that are just gifted to your opponents are a lot more damaging than other tiers might be.
Yeah, I mean, Torchic came into this one as the player of the season in league play for Prospect. He didn't have the best match against Kindling in that upper final, so yeah, he's come in here, got his first goal on the board nice and early, but here is Severance responding. High-Vis gets their first goal of the series.
B-Shake doing everything here, getting the 50 over Ace to the backboard. No one is ready for that. Torchic and Slicey especially, but High-Vis was. Great way to get themselves back into the game. An early response after that second goal was exactly what they needed. And probably looking to win a few more kickoffs here as they've done so. Trying to get a bit more physical. I think they know that they can be faster than Exolon. It's just starting to control that boost game, especially going for the corners. Stealing what Exolon hoped to use as this is flinged up to the midfield. Slicey just about getting a touch, but High-Vis reading it first. He's not going to get to the ball. Second, however, Torchic up with a nice double tap, keeping this one in the corner. Tries to go through, but not much boost. Ace follows up. Weak touch to the ceiling, but no one follows it up. Both players miss, and High-Vis has possession. Still in the midfield, but B-Shake with a nice 50. Torchic has to rush up to the ceiling, puts it to the backboard. High-Vis does so again. Maurice with a free shot, and the defense from Exolon falling apart again. Severance actually starting to come back into this game.
Whitey Shed just can't get his car moving forward from that front post, just caught paralysed, and it allows High-Vis to get his shot off the post, but it ended up being a great pass for Maurice to come in and get the shot into that top right corner, and Severance have equalised.
Fantastic play to come back into it, but they're still not secure whatsoever. A tie game, probably the worst position to be in. A minute left for either player or our team in this lobby. Nice touch by Maurice, keeps the pressure off from Exolon just a little bit longer. Torchic a bit awkward off the wall. Slicey tried to go and assist, but it's beaten by B-Shake. High-Vis to the midfield. B-Shake keeps it away from Ace, just does enough to prevent the early shot, but still Pressure from both sides means that these opportunities are coming through every now and then. A miss here, it's gone off the crossbar. Slicey, you can't be doing that. Those kinds of mistakes will lose you games.
Wow. Shez just unable to do what he wanted to do, and Maurice's shot so close to reaching that top corner, but in the end, it's off the post and off the crossbar and away, and Exolon will survive maybe into this overtime, although Bishik is trying to say otherwise. That one's off the post! No, Torchic, what have you done?
He had no idea where the shot was going to land. He assumed it was already in. He was out of the play, backflips and lands in the perfect position to bounce off of his bumper and into the back of the net. The pure heartbreak. Bishik must be laughing his boots off right now. He cannot believe it as it's up in the air. If it touches the ground again, Severence have won game one. Little bit of fortune, but sometimes that's all you need.
They've come into this one now winning their last three, and they won that, of course, that game 5 in the Prospect lower round 1. They've kept up this streak. They're still going. Haven't lost in quite a while, and you know that sweep versus Yggdrasil included 4-0 and 8-0 wins. So that's anything to go by. Exolon are really in for some trouble, and Severance have that game won. They have the early lead.
I was talking about how Prospect to me isn't a tier that you'd expect to see a lot of high scoring games just because of the shooting accuracy in general. It's just not a dig or a knock to their ability, of course. It's just generally players of that MMR struggle with it in terms of consistency. But like you said, the high scoring games from Severance last series give them so much confidence here. I talked about it pre-match that it'll either be experience or fatigue. They played it quite a bit more than Exolon. I think the nerves have settled from being on stream a little bit more, and Exolon coming off of that 3-0 sweep against their rivals in Kindling, starting to struggle a little bit here. Obviously, like I said, there was fortune. They did get the 2-goal lead early on, and then losing that, and it's just such an awful way to concede that third goal with only a few seconds left. There was so little chance of them coming back into that game. But with it being a best-of-5 series, they still have plenty of opportunity to come back into this one. I think they'll shake that one off, shake that loss off, come back afresh in this game too, and start to figure out what they need to do to beat this Severance side.
Starting off with a 2-goal lead and then losing it in the first game, it's absolutely not where you want to go. So let's hope they can improve their composure, you might say, in this game number 2. And Torchic will look to launch it forward. Can't find the double. Ace has the 50 in the midfield for Torchic again. He launches it forward. Can he find the follow-up touch? No, Bishik there much before him. It's off the corner nicely for him, but can't find the follow-up. Ace has the shot on target. Highbase has to get there in time. He does. Good save from him to keep it going. Now he's down the line. He's got Torchic in his sights. Torchic's 50 isn't so favourable for him. It might allow Maurice to get the shot off. Chooses to instead get it off the backboard and high. No one from Severance was waiting to go after that one. Torchic with a big whiff there, but Ace just about following in behind him, and you know that's another miss from Torchic. Maybe he is really starting to feel the nerves.
Yeah, at this point, knowing that there are no more second chances, you win or you go home. That's as simple as it gets for these players. And Torchic having to find a little bit of faith, hoping that his teammates can make up for some of the errors that he's been making. But Slice has been making some of his own as he's pushed up too far here, and Hiviz does so well to get a shot on target. I was going to talk about how precarious some of these situations have been. These shots from downtown just falling into open nets. The rotation's not quite good enough for either of these teams at the moment.
Yeah, Shez really struggling to get his defensive positioning right, because we saw in that last game the equaliser for Severance came off of Shez being stuck at the front post, unable to get at it, but there it was again. He didn't make that defensive rotation, or rather pushed too high up on the offensive rotation, maybe allowed that opportunity to open up for Highsviz, and he will gladly take that goal number 1 in game number 2.
Another shot from Bishik almost flies past. It gets past Shez, but not quite Ace, as he tries to keep the attack alive himself. But back up the field, Bishik taking his time, gaining it. Oh no, through Torchic! An unfortunate 50 leads to an own goal. Maurice comes flying in. One of the very reasons you should not flip towards your front post. Ah, that's just unfortunate.
And after Torchic was on the receiving end of it last game, he's maybe gotten some karma here, as he's the one to score this one, or will rather get his name on the score sheet anyway. After Maurice, as you say, makes that unfortunate flip towards his own front post. ends very poorly for him. It's an easy way for Exolon to get back into this one, and we are at that 1-all.
I should clarify that I think he flipped from the midfield and then just couldn't adjust as B-Shake gets a dunk of his own over Torchic. It's just this midfield play. It was a great pinch by B-Shake as well to get it to the midfield. Torchic panicking a little bit, but still the front post defense from Exolon, it's like they're pushing up so far that they want to outscore their opponents. They don't really care how many they concede, so long as they get more goals than their opponent. But the defense really needs to step up for both sides. You need to lead that third man back a little bit more, communicate, trust your teammates to be in the right position, because when these things don't work out, the shots just come quite a bit, and it's so hard to defend against so many shots, especially when you don't have the booster to get in those positions when you're out of them. So both teams having to shore up their defenses, but I enjoy high scoring games as much as the next guy, so I think they've both got it in them to give us some entertainment in that regard.
This one almost opens up for Maurice, doesn't quite make it, but you know, you're saying Exolon need to tighten up on their defense, and it's something you wouldn't expect for them because they only conceded 99 in the whole of league play. But here's another one from High-Vis. B-Shake gets it in the middle, perfect pass off the crossbar. No one waiting in that backboard for Exolon, just goes past Ches, and High-Vis is waiting at the back post.
Yeah, it just seems like lack of awareness. I mean, it's fantastic from Severance to recognize that, get those powerful hits, those speedy passes and shots to each other, even if it doesn't go directly on target. You usually have someone waiting back. Ace, the captain, misses, but Slicey just about saving his teammate there from an awful whiff, keeping this to just about a 2-goal game with 2 minutes left to go. A lot of twos. Exolon looking to find their second goal as well. Got a little bit of pressure here, a miss off the backboard from High-Vis, but it's not dropping to any player but Shez. Doesn't get their best touch, it's straight to B-Shake. All three Severance players in the corner. This could be dangerous if Exolon get the ball, but High-Vis does well. Bumped out by Chorchik. There's not much boost to get there. Shez takes possession, B-Shake up first, to the wall. Trying to get something off the backboard once again, get that assist counter up, but doesn't get a second touch. Now Exolon just about survive another onslaught from this Severance side. And, like you were saying, very few people expecting Exolon to play like this, especially on defense, because they've been doing so well in league play. But what do you think it is that Severance are doing so well to counter that?
Really great to see. I mean, you know, as we said, their defense hasn't been the strongest either, but they've really been good in these midfield battles, in these 50s. That, you know, if you start to win them, you really start to build up that pressure on the other team's goal. And so far, it's worked wonders for Severance, and they do find themselves maybe heading into the match point situation with only a minute left for Exolon to try and equalise. And they're trying to make it happen.
It was like it got caught in the gears. Torchic did well to get an early shot away, and then High-Vis actually gets the clear, but Maurice panicking slams it between the two cars, and it just drops so beautifully for Ace to finish off. Gets his goal in the game. Looking to get one more to tie it up. There's plenty of time to do so, but then you start winning some of these kickoffs. Maurice beats Ace, doesn't have much boost, so has to bump him. Torchic to the midfield. High-Vis is going to be there, but so does Slicey. Starting to figure out his positioning, get to those 50s a little bit earlier, play a bit more aggressively, and recognize when the chances are going to come through. An early shot from him just glancing wide, but the threat is there. There's another one from Torchic to the midfield, Slicey with a shot, and it's past all the defenders from Severance. Once again, we have a tie game. It was 2-2 in game 1. It's now 3-3 in game 2.
And you know, they might not have been on target shots from Shez and Torchic initially, but they just had so much power on them that the Severance defense was left floundering and allowed eventually then to get that finishing touch. And yeah, they have indeed equalised, and that's a massive goal for them. Maybe this is the moment where it all turns in their favour, but I'm sure Severance, they'll be looking to keep going. B-Shake has the long clear. Is anyone back for Exolon? Shez is trying, but B-Shake is there first. They have the lead. There's only 20 seconds left for Exolon.
Watching Slice's perspective here, he decides to go for the boost. He flipped wrong and didn't quite go in line with the boost, decides to turn around, power breaks, has absolutely zero momentum to get back to the goal line, and once again the mispositioning from this Exolon defense is just plaguing them. I mean, we saw it in the last game as well, Severance scoring a very late lead, a lead taker. It was unfortunate for them there, but Exolon power in their hands to try and equalise once again, as the last time it touches the ground, as High-Vis does it once more, kills it, and Severance take game 2. Just a 1-goal game. However, this is just as close, just as tight as expected a lower final to be. especially against the between the pedigree of these two teams. But Exolon really need to figure it out. They are on last chance now.
Yeah, and as you say, we come into this one from 2 1-goal games. And they were both really, really late winners for Severance. Exolon just couldn't manage to go into that overtime both times, and it's left them in a really, really precarious position. It's now or never for them. You know, Torchik, he's played so well all season, and you know, in these playoffs he's just really struggled to break forward and get as many goals as he did in league play. But you know, we're gonna have to see one of these excellent players step up, or maybe just their whole defensive rotation, because Severance, it might not have been pretty, but they've done enough, and they have this 2-0 lead.
It's not like Severance are playing perfectly at all. They conceded 3 goals. Exolon are doing well on offense. All 3 of them actually scored a goal there, all of them contributing. And Torchik did actually get 2 assists, so he is stepping up. He is playing very well. It's just the defenses. That's all it is, just that little thing. Because it's only a 1-goal game every time, they know that it's only a slight adjustment. That's all you need to do, make one little change of mentality, I feel like, because they're playing too fast, as though they need to always be in position. They need to always be pushing up the field in order to have that field presence to scare their opponents into not being able to make these plays, but they're making them. They're putting them above you on the backboard, to the corners, or just basically over you because you're in the midfield. So if Exolon don't recognize that, start to figure out what's going wrong, it's going to be an early shower for them, I think, as they'll end up in another 3-0 sweep.
Oh, it is B-Shake. Severance put in defense in this first 10 seconds. The demo comes out from Ace. Shez has the shot on target, and this is exactly what they want to start this game 3 with.
Yeah, Exolon trying to delay Severance's destiny. They do well to keep the pressure here. Ace actually, I think, got the demo on the last man to open it up for Slicey to slice that into the lower corner. I love when those things line up by Manatanam. The shots are lining up for Exolon now. An early goal was crucial for them in this last game. Their last chance to come back. They're going to be on match point for the next 3 games, and so they're going to need to take an early amount of control in this game 1, because they'll need that momentum going into the last 2 games if they make it there.
Here's Shez. Great demo by Maurice in the midfield, but Torchik gets the dunk, doesn't allow Severance to break forward. Bishik has the touch off to the right, but it's met by Ace. Ace can't then find the follow-up, but Shez tries to keep it going for Exolon, has the 50, allows Torchik to push it forward. Touch just isn't where he wanted it to go though, and Highbase can get the long clear. Ace and Shez awkward at that front post. Highbase has the shot, and there's the equaliser.
When I saw this one flying in from the other end of the field as the last man, and then 2 players completely messing that up. What an angle from Highbase. It really should have been saved by the last man there, but wrong angle on the car, puts it into the back of the net. Tie game, a minute gone. Once again, just continuing the same way as we've seen throughout the series, but a miss here off the wall. Slicey just puts it wide. That could have been a very awful place for Severance to be in. You cannot make these misses. Your opponent is starting to recognize when you're doing it, get in position to punish them. You cannot be doing this, Severance. I mean, it's on them to lose now at this point, knowing that they're on match points. Sometimes just being 1 game away from winning to get into the grand final of your playoffs can be so much more pressure than it's worth sometimes. So they're going to have to figure that out, see what they can do, and at the moment it's starting to get a bit more physical, I think.
Just a little bit. We've seen a couple of disruptive plays come out from them, but you know, hasn't been the most successful in this game number 3. They're struggling defense. Another whiff comes out from Maurice. Brishik should get there. He does. Shez is not committed forward. Exolon defense struggling to get back. Torchik left his last man. Makes the commit that he needs to and gets to 50. Now he has the shot opportunity, but just directs it wide. And again, you need to be taking these opportunities to try and take the lead.
Yeah, he rushed that one a little bit. I don't think he realized how much time he had in that 1v1. Maybe he just didn't have the confidence to go for a dribble play, but he gets bumped out here. All 3 players collapsing upon that, not wanting to allow any threat to come through. But one's passed down by Slicey. B-Shape does well. Wasn't quite on the backboard. Passes it upfield at Highvis into the corner, still with possession. Kicks it to the midfield, but Maurice wasn't quite ready. He's going to miss this one as B-Shape comes over, reads the whiff, but he puts it wide. A few shots coming in from midfield like that, but still so much pressure from either team. Whenever they start to get into that position of holding on to pressure on one side of the field, it lasts for 30-40 seconds each time. There's another counter here is whiffed by Ace. He puts it down to the midfield, trusts Highvis, but he doesn't take it, so continues to have possession of the field. Torchik back Ivers with a free shot, but Ace recognizes it early. So I'm seeing both defenses pushing into the midfield, stopping shots, like narrowing the angle before they become too dangerous, and I think that's why it's such a low-scoring game this far into the series.
Yeah, we have seen quite a lot of goals in the first 2 games, but yeah, maybe slow down a little bit. Both teams trying to get their defense up as we said they needed to, and they've both done for the most part reasonably well. This one, demo from Ace onto Bishik, goes off the corner, but Highbiz with plenty of time to push it forward and beat Shez. Torchik gets bumped by Shez. This one might be a ball in the middle from Bishik. He runs out of boost and Shez will get that clear off of the corner. Maurice hits it in again. The bounce is awkward for Ace, but he gets the touch that he needs and doesn't let Highbiz get the shot off. This one from Torchik, met by Highbiz in that center boost. Maurice's touch isn't the best, but he gets the second one. It's a good one. It's only met by Torchik though. Highbiz, that second man again, just launching these balls forward, beating Shez again, and Highbiz is doing so well. Just pushing the balls forwards and opening up the offense for Severence. Here is Maurice in the middle, waiting for Highbiz's pass, and there is the lead for Severance.
Exolon were doing so well to hold on against these Severance assaults. There were so many coming through every other time it came back up the field. They just didn't seem to have any sort of composure, any sort of control, but a quick kickoff goal already from Slicey. What happened here?
Shez has the kickoff.
It looked like Bishik or Maurice was supposed to go for that, and neither decided to. A complete meltdown in communication for the Severance. Kills their lead, a minute left to go. This is the worst time for those things to happen. Knowing that they still have a few chances to survive Exolon making a comeback, you don't want to give them any sort of momentum. But Exolon have been in this position twice now on the bounce. A tie game, Maurice with low boost decides to wait out for Slicey. Doesn't get a touch, but Ace tries to keep it alive. It's to the midfield. Torchik decided to be a little bit more passive, defensive, and it's worked out for him as he's got a bit of possession, a bit of space. He gets beaten by the first man, but still, I like that from Torchik there. But another miss from Slicey. He's going to open it up for Highviz, and once again, late in the game, just defensive errors. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if it's that they're cold, maybe coming off of having to wait for the series to start again. But something is really going wrong in this Exolon camp. This defense is not what you need to see from them.
Bishik might not have gotten the touch, but he's just has that presence to make Shez panic in defense. He gets the whiff out, and it's put Exolon in this terrible situation. They now have 15 seconds to keep their season alive, and it's going to have to be their offense to shine. Torchik looks to get in the middle. Maurice, just enough for Bishik to clear it out. Ace, one last chance. Highbiz gets the clear. Is anyone there for Exolon? No, it's just Bishik. He has to clear away. Torchik has to keep it up. This is it. What can Exolon do? Highbiz just needs to get it to the ground, and he does. And Severance, they have the 3-0 sweep.
Slicey left the game a little bit too early there. He saw the writing on the wall. He truly believed that they'd already lost. Did not have faith to play to the final whistle. And so Exolon, the first seed in Ignis, this fantastic symbiote side, have not quite managed to weather the storm from disconnected esports. The Severance coming all the way from 4th seed in Glacies has done so well here. They've swept such a strong opponent that I can't believe that they've managed to get to this point, only having to go to one game 5. The fact that they did, I think, shows that they got to that point and they felt like they never wanted to be there again. They never wanted to be in a position where they could even have a chance of losing it. They wanted to maintain the control of the series, and they did that so well. Still 1-goal games every single game. This was as close as you could possibly get. But the Severance have done fantastically well, and I can't wait to see what they do in the grand final.
Yeah, and in league play, they weren't in a playoff spot until week 7. So, they really left it late to get up in those spots when Maurice and Bishik came in. Really turned their season around, got them into it. In their play-in, they also went to game 5. So, they had those 2 game 5s, with that one being on Tuesday. And ever since then, all they've done is win. They've swept now number 1 seed in Ignis and number 1 seed in Glacies. So, it's going to be such a tough team for Kindling to stop in that grand final.
Yeah, Titan Killers at this point. They should be nicknamed. That's actually unbelievable. Taking out first place in both conferences. That's such a big flex. It's
With
nonsense.
sweeps as well.
Yeah, with sweeps, and at this point they're gonna have to beat Kindling, a team that also beat Exolon in a 3-0 sweep. So they've both done the same thing, but now they're gonna have to do it to each other. And Severance coming from below, that fairy tale Cinderella story, gonna have to go through a bracket reset. They will have to, at minimum, play 8 games of Rocket League, win 8 games of Rocket League to beat their opponents. It's probably going to be one of the toughest tests of their Rocket League careers, but I cannot wait to see how they do.
They've already played 6 games today, and as you say, 8 minimum. It'll probably be a lot more than that if they are to go all the way, because Kindling, they've been so strong ever since they picked up the universe. The roster changes mid-season, proving to work dividends for both of these teams, because it's completely turned them around. I think Kindling haven't lost a series yet with the universe playing with the other 2 teammates. I think maybe Omar and Jobin is the third. But yeah, so the roster changes, just turning seasons around, and it's going to be an incredible grand final.
I absolutely agree. I was going to mention a few of the things that the Severance captain Hive has actually said in response to some questions that we asked him, what his aspirations were for the season, how they felt league play went, who they thought was their toughest opponent. They had hopes, they had aspirations of making playoffs. They've done more than that now. They've made it to the grand final. They've done fantastically to get to that point. And I think it was Kindling that they actually pointed out to be one of their toughest opponent, the one that they're looking forward to playing, but that they were a little bit scared of as well.
Yeah, and I mean, no, they've got what they asked for. This is it. This is the best time to play the toughest team. It is the grandest of stage. It is the grand final, and the bracket reset awaits them. I mean, we will return for it, me and Vector. Do you think they can do it? Do you think they can push Kindling to their limit?
Like I said, it's going to be one of the toughest tests I think any of these players have ever faced in Rocket League. They actually predicted Kindling to easily go through the top of the bracket, as they did so into the grand final. And now that they're going to meet them, it's going to be a clash of titans at this point. I think that Severance have earned that. Looking at what Exolon said, actually, they considered Severance to be their toughest opponent as well, and it's clearly proved that they had a different play style, and they were planning to watch out for demos. Actually, they didn't manage to do so. Ace, the captain, not managing to lead them to a grand final, but still did well to get to the lower final. They earned that spot in league play, and I think they did well there. But they are out now. That's all said and done. We will have to take a little bit of a break between now and the grand final, but this is going to be the big one, Balmanitan. I'm really not sure who's going to take it. I cannot predict this whatsoever, but I do expect a bracket reset at this point.
Going to be a big match. Severance versus Kindling. Those are your final 2 prospect teams of the season. See you in 20 minutes, folks.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, no,
is right, I'm scared to death. Scared of your eyes looking into my eyes. Scared that I'll back out and hold my breath. Wake up one morning and see your face. I can feel it coming back. These shivers are every day. Whoa, I say it's over, I get out of bed and leave. Yeah, just like that. I got the shivers whenever I would think about you. Now that I left, I live without you. I'm on my own again. I got the shivers whenever you went out of line, yeah. Now it's like everything is fine, yeah. 'Cause now I'm alone again.
Shine bright up all night. We're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes. We're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again.
I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide?
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. And if I gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10.
No quicker. He has time and space, but not much boost. Gets the reset, and it's over, Rick.
Reset now, look for the pass to Ollie. Ollie redirects here into the back of the net from Milo.
Hits the backboard of the crossbar. The double touch from Kebab is absolutely out of this world. His first touch on the edge of look for the second. Gets that flip reset. Woofy. Dangerous man.
Waiting up Phoenix, he beats all the defenders with an unbelievable musky flick.
Early, pull this ball played off the back of the board, and look at that double tap. Oh my god!
This could be good enough for
Welcome everybody to the RSC Season 7.
It was indeed Sky versus Zulu with his musty double tap that got goal of the season.
We're having him close.
Oh, you're going the wrong way, Stinos. That's towards your own net. What are you doing? Oh, no. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the third and final time tonight. It has come to the end of Prospect. We are in the grand final. Kindling versus Severance, a best of 7, and if necessary, a bracket reset. At maximum 14 games to get through by Manhattan. Are you expecting it to go that far? Are you ready for it to go that far?
We've had 8 weeks leading up to this one. This is the 9th week, the playoff week, the most important of all. 14 games is a big ask, but, you know, both teams want to get to that point. I'm sure we will be seeing that 14th game, but yeah, what a game that is ahead of us.
I mean, the possibility is there. We've had so many sweeps in these Prospect playoffs. Only a couple of matches went to 4 games. Only one actually went the distance to Game 5, which involved Terra and Severance, the team that have fought to the grand final, facing Kindling, who have had a relatively easy time about it. It's not been all that painful. A 3-1 versus Yggdrasil, the first place seed in Glacies, and then easily sweeping aside Exolon, who then got swept once again in the lower final by Severance. Both these teams have fought quite well. They've performed admirably coming to this point, but something's got to give. So one of these teams has got to lose. But if we see a sweep here from Severance, if we see any kind of slip up from Kindling, any kind of weakness, I feel like they're going to pounce on that. And I'm hoping for a bracket reset as much as I'm expecting one.
Yeah, you know, it really adds to the drama if Severance are able to get this first best of 7 done and dusted. You know, then you head into that last one, and then it's equal playing grounds for both teams. But as we do head into this first one, Kindling have the advantage. They know they only need to win 4 games. And, you know, I'm sure they'll be doing everything they can in their power to be able to take it to Severance and make sure they don't slip up, as you say, or give them any easy opportunities.
That's something we talked about in the last series. In fact, Severance, once you get to that final game, sometimes that can be a lot worse than having to play more, because you know this is it. If we win this game, this is it. And you put so much more pressure on yourself. And because Kindling theoretically have fewer games to play, if they could do it in a 4-0 sweep, it's easier. You can say it's easier for them than it is for Severance having to win a minimum 8 games to beat their opponents here. It's a battle of fatigue at this point. Both these teams have played quite a bit. Severance a little bit more than their opponents, but both sides are going to be digging deep here at this point, and they've got to get through a best of 7, possibly 2. And it's going to be difficult for both sides, but I think they have it in them. They have the belief and the confidence to push through, give us a great grand final for the Prospect division, the first of 5, in fact. So I'd love to get off to a great start with this one.
Yeah, Severance. We talked about it in the last game. They're coming in. It's the fairy tale story coming up from 4th spot and only getting into that 4th spot in week number 7, just scraping into the play-ins, just scraping past them in game number 5, and then having to reverse sweep Terra in that lower round 1. They've then gone on to get the 2 sweeps. They've done everything that they can to get here, and they're very deserving grand final position. But Kindling, they're going to be their toughest team yet, and can Severance go all the way? Can they finish off where they've wanted to all season? I just don't know. It's going to be so close.
I mean, both these teams have so much respect for each other. Both of them, in the responses that we asked for from the captains, have singled each other out as the team to be the ones that they expect to be the toughest for each other to play. But Kindling do have a little bit more confidence. They were asked who they felt the wild card would be to cause some sort of upset and win the playoffs. And they said it was themselves. There would be no upset. They win. There was no one else to think about. But they did mention Severance being, in all scrims, they feel like they're the best team with the additions of Morris and B-Shake. They're a team to be watched. Where we've watched them, they have answered the call. They've got to the grand final. And now they're going to have to beat the team that believes that they're going to be the toughest test for them. And I cannot wait to see these two clash. They're both Titan killers and Titans in and of themselves. So this is going to be fantastic. Do not take your eyes off the screen for this.
Yeah, just what else is there to say? That they've been so good all season to get into this position. The playoffs today and yesterday, they've had to play their hearts out, and they absolutely have. Kindling with that 3-1 over Yggdrasil. And, even then, Yggdrasil never really looked like they were going to trouble Kindling to go the whole way. Kindling pretty convincingly closed that one out, and then both of them sweeping Exolon, who came in as the favourites, expected to go on and win the whole thing, but they're out of it now. Both these teams have shown why they are better, and here we are. This is game number 1 of Prospect Grand Final.
Showing who is better. This is the time to do it. Put all your cards on the table and see what comes up as Kindling and Severance face each other in the grand final. At minimum 4 Kindling, 4 games to win. At minimum 8 for Severance. Double the pain, double the power for Severance. Going to have to do this, but a double commit early on for them, coming out of defense, and a missed touch by Kindling, in fact, to the midfield is not punished by High-Vis, but a little bit of pressure for Severance. A little bit of time, maybe some confidence built up as B-Shake goes for the free aerial, tries to get a double tap, just off the back by High-Vis with a free shot, just about saved on the line by Uni, but coming in from Maurice! Finally they put it away! A first goal game early on, massive for the Severance.
They've just shown how willing they are to commit men forward. They want this win. Maurice was the last man. He said, it doesn't matter. I'm getting the shot on target, and it found the back of the net. Severance have the early lead.
I'm running out of breath already. I'm not sure how I'm going to make a best of 7. Never mind 2. Severance want to have to go that far. They know they need to get to the bracket reset, get through the bracket reset. Even Kindling doing the opposite, wanting to put this one away as soon as possible. They don't expect anything from this Severance side. They expect no upset. There's no one else to think about, but right now Severance thinking, you know what, we can do this. We can beat this Kindling side. We've beaten both first season Ignis and Glacies. What are these guys? But a little bit of pressure from Kindling does force them to reevaluate their defense for a slight moment, but they are back on the other side of the field. As I say that, Uni kicks it over to B-Shape with plenty of time to clear it, decides to go for the boost in FAP. Omar's up. Uni's up, even from pass from Omar. Hive is just about clearing it, but Maurice just back in time from Jobin. That could have gone in.
That was a big opportunity to get there first of the series, but the block was there. This one's in the middle from High-Vis. Maurice can't get up in time now. Kindling might have the break on. Jobin looks for the shot. B-Shake is beaten. Kindling have the equaliser.
Awful position for B-Shake to be in. He knows High-Vis is behind him, not quite rotating enough, and he has to commit at some point, but Jobin outplays him, playing those mind games, snapping those axles, getting through to the other side and behind the goal line. A 1-1 game. tied up now. It does appear as though Jobin's having a little bit of a connection issue, but it's not affecting him so much as he has a goal on the board. Kindling double commit to get this up the field. Hive is to meet it straight back down. However, Maurice is going to be late to this. Omar free shot. It's low. B-Shake does well though, just in the air. Gets the shot away from the goal line. Another one from Jobin is wide. He gets the double tap off the crossbar. How did that not go in?
I don't know, maybe Omar up again for this one. Kindling haven't found the lead just yet, but they're certainly ramping up the pressure. Universe will have this one off the crossbar. No, it just goes straight in. The Severance defense is nowhere to be found, and Universe has gotten Kindling the lead.
Didn't quite sneak a shot through on the double tap, but it was actually a team bump. B-Shake hit Maurice up above the crossbar, away from the ball. Unfortunate defensive error from the Severance. They'll not be too grievous about that one, I think, though, knowing that they are still one goal away. Plenty of time to bring this one back, as they did so well against Exolon in the lower final. They've been in this situation. I'm pretty sure they know how to get out of it. But Kindling's a different kind of opponent. I think they recognize that, as Uni beats out Maurice there. Omar tries to get it to the midfield. Hive is puts it there instead. Jobin doesn't have the best positioning to do anything with it, and Maurice will put it to the side wall. Played out by Uni. Go for the early shot. This is on target. Hive is outplayed in the same position as B-Shake. The Severance defense not quite quick enough to handle this Universe
just breaks down the line. Knows that he has the capability to beat all of the Severance defense, and he does so. Gets that third goal for Kindling now, and now they're really rocking. They're really starting to get into their rhythm.
We've started off quite well in this grand final. 4 goals already in the first game. This could get a little bit ridiculous as the series goes on, as nerves start to set in and defenses start to fall apart. Severance is doing that early on. Maybe they're getting it out of their system. Maybe they're letting Kindling score a little bit, let their confidence rise, let their overconfidence rise. They'll be hoping for that. But knowing that they have to force a bracket reset here is going to be so difficult. They need to get started early, and it's going to be especially tough in game 1, knowing how strong Kindling are, knowing that they swept the first placed Exolon. An early shot from Omar is cleared well by Hiviz, but once again the pressure from Kindling just a little bit too much. B-Shake not controlling the ball, and the last man is demoed. Uni tries to get some play out of this one, but the near post rotation is just about keeping Severance alive at the moment. But all this time, all this pressure is being wasted from the Kindling, and Severance know they need to get out of that half right now.
I mean, if you look back at game number 1 from that lower final, Severance did come back from 2-0 down against Exolon. You know, they're going to have to do it again here if they want to get their first game on the board. But Jobin, the Canadian, that is why he has the high ping, but he's used to it, comes in with his shot, his second of the game, and surely guarantees Kindling game number 1 now.
Almost like another team bump between Maurice and B-Shake there to open up the shot for Jobin, but I think he created that all on his own. Credit to him. 2 goals for Uni and 2 for Jobin, the strikers of this team, linking up well, trusting each other, being in the right position to go for the shots that are so dangerous for the Severance. The rotation's not quite there, and Maurice just misses this ball, and Omar puts it away with a plum to the bottom left corner. 5-1 in the first game of this series is an awful result for Severance to have to swallow.
Yeah, I was just saying how Severance are so capable of making these comebacks, but this game, it absolutely was not to be. Maurice caught out your fully expected Hiviz to get some sort of 50 onto maybe Omar's launch forward, but didn't come. Maurice was then too far up, and yeah, Omar got his first of the game. All 3 Kindling players now on the board, and it's the perfect way to start off this grand final for them.
It's what is Kindling have been positioning so well, waiting in places that Severance just aren't ready for, maybe don't even expect from their opponents. Just waiting up on the side wall, waiting beyond the halfway line. This one ticks down to 0 seconds. Kindling have taken game 1, decided to just leave it in the corner. Pretty happy with that result early on, but the things that we saw from Severance in the lower final against Exolon that they were doing so well, especially, was reading the midfield, playing a couple steps ahead of the game. The fact that they took such an early goal, I think, rocked Kindling a little bit, and they were like, hold on a second, these guys might be quite good. They got pushed into their own defense, and for the last, like, the rest of the 4 minutes of the game, the rest of that game, they were like, no, okay, we're not spending any more time on defense, and that's exactly what happened. Only 4 shots coming out from the Severance as opposed to the 10 from Kindling, and it just shows there in the stats how one-sided this actually appears.
Yeah, they come in with relatively similar goals for throughout the season. Severance actually scored 2 more than Kindling despite their lower placement, but in this game number 1 that has proved to be very much the opposite, as Kindling just been on top of their shooting and how accurate it's been. They've been in these 1v1 situations so much with the last Severance defender, and more often than not they've just beaten them with pure class. In Kindling, they've really shown Severance what they're made of in this game number 1.
Yeah, the rotation, the positioning, the speed of the play, everything comes together for the Kindling there. 5-1 in the first game is a massive kickstarter, a catalyst to this Kindling, looking to start a fire, a raging bonfire in this grand final. They know they're capable of it, and they're starting to show just how good they truly can be, and Severance are going to have to adapt rapidly if they hope to have any chance of playing for that bracket reset.
Their first game lost in I think 9 games after they got the reverse sweep and 2 sweeps. That streak is now over. Kindling, the ones to break it. Let's see what they can do in response. Bishik has the shot. They have the early lead once more, and great start by Severance.
It was a huge miss off the backboard there from Omar. Just opened it up for Maurice to slam it into the backboard. B-Shape finding it in the midfield, in midair even. They were doing that so well in their last series against Exolon, recognizing there's no one there on the backboard, just slamming it to it, having confidence in their aerial game, trusting that they can make those plays, those reads, and go for those shots, as they've taken the lead once again very, very early on into the game. They'll be hoping it doesn't go the exact same way as game 1. Sometimes these patterns can develop. As another shot here from Uni goes off the crossbar, actually hits Uni again and wasn't expecting it. Had no way to put the shot on target, but Severance get away with murder on that one.
Yeah, it's exactly how the last game went. Severance get the early lead, and then just this Kindling pressure, it's really starting to ramp up now. Bishik, the last man, has to get the clear. He does, and now maybe Severance are the ones in the break. Universe, the last man, he gets it. Great touch. Maurice will look to put it back in the middle. Omar is up. Has the backboard clear, but it's not the strongest. Hyvis has it up again. Universe will have to get there, and he does. Bishik just overshooting and maybe looking for the dunk there, but Severance coming again. Hyvis launches it. Jobin meets it, and then cleared out by Maurice in the end, and it hasn't gone too well for B-Shake here. Omar with the 50, so awkward from Severance, and what has Maurice done?
Before this happened, I was about to say it's exactly what Severance needed to be doing, keeping that pressure, keeping that second man rotation in, cutting when you need to keep those 50s going, but as soon as they go back into their own half, a slight miss on the backboard forces Maurice to make a decision. Ends up being the wrong one, puts it into his own net. I think there weren't many options for him to go for there, but B-Shake trying to create some offense on the other side of the field, gets a nice demo, rotates through, calls Maurice off, or expects someone to be in the midfield actually with passing that, looking for Hyvis. Got Jobin with a free clear across, still in the blue half however. As Uni clears it across to the left, the passing from Kindling has been working so well for them throughout these playoffs, and they're looking for it to work even more here in the grand final as a link up between B-Shake and Maurice almost works out to the backboard. Hyvis with a shot, some misses from Kindling, leaving spaces for Severance to go for these shots, and I'm not sure if they recognize that yet.
Yeah, this is a much better way for Severance to continue than they did last game. They're still really pushing this offense up the field, and Kindling maybe looking like they're struggling a little bit with it. But now it is Kindling's turn to attack. They got the 5-1 last game after the 1-all, but so far they haven't been quite as good. Universe goes again. 50'd out by Hyvis. Jobin has time on the wall. Looks to make some sort of solo play happen, but his first touch isn't what he wanted. B-Shake has the opportunity to get a shot. Instead goes to the backboard. Maurice has it in the middle for Hyvis. Has the 50 off of Jobin. It drops nicely for Severance, but Hyvis just didn't have the speed to get it in time. B-Shake has another shot. Omar deals with that one comfortably. Maurice goes to get the follow-up shot. He does. Has it in the middle, but neither B-Shake or Hyvis were expecting it. B-Shake goes in the middle again, and this is own goal number 2 of game number 2.
Kindling looking scared, looking worried at this rotation from the Severance, and B-Shake just pinched it off the corner. Omar completely misreads the trajectory of the ball, places his car in the wrong direction, just rolls in off of him into the back of the net. You hate to see those goals for your team, but quick kickoff here. Actually bounces into the far corner for Kindling. That's an awful way to lose a lead, Severance. You need to cut that out right now.
Maurice just gets absolutely smashed by Universe on the kickoff, and neither of B-Shake or High-Vis think it's going to drop in, and they think they can take their time, but as much as they can do to get back in time, that wasn't to be, and Kindling, as you say, have an equalizer, and that's really not what Severance wanted, and they're going to have to go again.
I think Severance know they can relax a little bit. They know how much pressure they can put on this Kindling side, but they don't want them to gain any amount of momentum, especially in the midfield. Ivis does well to keep Jobin away, but it's still in the red side. Severance just about managed to keep that away from Omar and Uni. A pass in field is picked up by Hivis. It's a shot across. Jobin has to clear this to the corner. Absolutely misses it, and B-Shake to the crossbar. I think that was on target.
So close from Severance. They will keep pushing this one. B-Shake looks to get in the middle, instead just gets it out to the side again. Allows Maurice to hit it in the middle. Is anyone there? Just Omar. Maurice maybe looks for the bump, doesn't get it. But Omar's hit is only as far as High-Vis. Maurice has the shot off the crossbar, and Severance, they're really pushing now. They're really looking to win this game number 2.
So many shots narrowly wide as Maurice comes in. It's wide as well. Uni off the line. High-Vis trying to clean it up, but Omar is there. B-Shake rotates early, tries to get to the midfield. 2 misses from the players, just about clearing it to over High-Vis. The pressure from Severance is good, but it's not consistent enough. They're getting into these positions, but narrowly wide every single time. A nice demo on the back line by B-Shake, but once again Maurice misses. High-Vis tries to make up for it, but Uni's got full boost, tries to get it to the midfield. Has time, a little bit of possession, gets it across, but this is getting down to the wires. We're about 20 seconds left to go. It's going off the backboard. Jobin waits, misses. Maurice to the side wall, has to do something smart with this, but puts it behind his teammate. That's the wrong side. High-Vis gets rid of possession. It's straight to Omar, and this is the last chance for either of these teams to go on an offensive push. So we're going to have overtime here in game 2, as they're both going to leave it for the midfield. Maurice backflips Uni to Jobin. It's on the side wall. It's still alive. Uni off the corner. High-Vis doesn't get the touch, but it doesn't matter as it's going to hit the ground in the red box, and we have overtime in game 2.
This is a big one. We didn't see a single overtime in the last series. Severance managed to win them all before the clock ran down to 0, but they were all late winners. This time they will be in the sudden death situation. Omar has a shot. Will only be met by the crossbar after High-Vis was beaten. Universe with another one, and off the crossbar again. Omar can't find the touch. Jobin, this one off the post, and Kindling. They're starting to hit the woodwork, Yeah,
it's going to need a new coat of paint after this one. There's a double commit from Severance through the corner, leaves it to the midfield. Jobin misses, actually passes the wrong play, but High-Vis does not get a touch. It's rolling towards the net. B-Shake does well, pinches it away. It's past Omar. Can he get it past the 30? He does so, but it's not on target. It's going to bounce up. He's not going to read it. Maurice reads it. It's gone to the right. It's just wide. B-Shake's been doing so well. He's had multiple demos on the last man, but he needs to rely on his teammates to put those shots away. There's a pass to High-Vis, going for the shot. It's just wide. B-Shake Jobin just about clears it, and the pressure for both sides has been stifling. These massive clears are helping, but if someone scores this, I think it's just going to be a slight defensive mistake. I don't know if it's going to be anything special.
Yeah, after we have had some defensive lapses so far this game, both defenses have been so good, but once again, we see the last man back just panic a little too much. Maurice can't read Universe's shot, and it just trickles back into the net for Kindling to take game number 2.
He had no boost. He was on an empty tank. He went through the mid. There was nothing there. There was nothing in his own corner. Could not find a pad to save his life. 6 boosts to his name. Cannot find the touch, and that just rolls in for the Kindling to take game 2. Severance did this to Exolon in the lower final. Each time they scored, well, it wasn't a late goal. Obviously, it was the overtime, but the fact that it was only a 1-goal game, they know what it feels like on the other side of this, and now they know what it feels like to lose a game like that, and it's going to be such a tough thing for them to come back from. I think that kind of mentality shift will be in Kindling's favour, mainly, but knowing just how close they can get, that they can go in so deep into an overtime against Severance, I think they'll kind of start to reevaluate how they're playing a little bit, not leave as much space just behind the midfield line especially, but I think the rotation Kindling is going to be enough to break this deadlock and allow them a few more goals, because Severance are just about hanging on each time they get attacked.
Yeah, I mean, they did enough to bring it to overtime. They did get some good defensive clears out and launch into attacks, but in the end, the defense comes back to bite them again. And, you know, maybe they need to be getting their boost paths up again, because, as you say, Maurice was left back with no boost, couldn't find any of the big pads. And it meant that Universal Shot just went in, and it was so much closer than game number 1. You really felt that Severance had a chance to take it. And now they're 2 games down, they're really going to need to take game 3, as they certainly don't want to be put in a position where they have to reverse sweep a best of 7.
That would be awful for them to do, but they're starting early. Hive is just wide. Don't think he expected to get that chance. And that just kind of fluffed his lines, but a nice connection between B-Shake and Maurice is to the backboard. Omar clears it quite easily. Hive is going for the 50 over 2 players. Not going to win that too many times out of 10, but nice one to the backboard. Uni didn't trust that. He was third man, as Jobin had already gone for the disruption play. Clears it off of Omar's infield play. Hive is not doing well as Jobin keeps it alive. B-Shake once again just about keeping Severance from conceding the lead here. They have managed to take the lead the first 2 games. Almost goes in, slammed off the crossbar, but so much pressure from the Kindling. It feels like every other touch is a shot.
Yeah, they're just pushing men forward. The Severance defense haven't been able to get a break yet. You know, it seems like maybe sometimes the third man spot is open for Kindling, but it doesn't matter if Severance can't get the defensive clear forward. This one might be on target from B-Shake. Hive is 0 momentum in the middle, can't get any sort of powerful shot away. But now it is Severance's turn to keep the pressure up. Hive is into the middle. Universe dunked by B-Shake, but can only find the crossbar. Maurice beaten out. Maurice is indeed the only previous RSC winner in this lobby, in this grand final. He won Challenger Season 3. He'll be, of course, looking to get his second one on the board, but so far hasn't looked as good. But B-Shake finds the near post shot, and once again they've taken the lead.
It's perfect play and perfect communication from the Severance boys. B-Shake hunted, Hive is even hunted down the third man on the goal line, managed to jump over it, but just that slight little second of disruption, forcing him to jump and forcing him to use a little bit of boost to get back down quicker, allow B-Shake time to get into a position to find the angle. Just that sneaky little cut in there on the front post. Does well. They've taken the lead once again as B-Shake tries to take 2. He's rolling across. Hive didn't expect it to come to him, and pre-jumped a little bit too early. But Severance have cut it in quite a bit more. And I think if Kindling recognise that, they can start breaking out on the counter a lot more, as they do here. Jobin misses! How has that not got in?
That is a crazy clear out from Iviz. It looked like it was going to be another own goal, but no, he had his own post pinch and he got it to his own corner. But yeah, just about hanging on from Severance to this 1-0 lead. They've got the lead first in games 1 and 2 as well, but both those times Kindling were able to come back. It's got to change now for Severance. They've got to find some way to keep Kindling out of their net, because Kindling, if they get any more goals on board, I'm sure they'll be able to go on and take more wins.
Holding a lead can be one of the most difficult things to do on a Rocket League field, as well as clearing out your own backboard, as Hive is just about managed to keep it away from the first man. But another to the backboard is free for Omar, and there's no one else there as B-Shake and Maurice flat-wheeled, flat-tired even on the goal line. Quite low on boost, not expecting that. I think B-Shake read it as a tighter angle to drop down in front of the net. Leaves it free for Omar, and once again we have a tie game going the exact same way as the previous 2 games so far. 2 minutes left to go. Do you think Severance have the ability to come back, to read what Kindling are doing, and to actually start to take control of the series?
You really hope they do, because we want to see some sort of close match. And Severance have got to step it up if we're going to see anything like that. They've really started to ramp up the bump plays and the disruption. It's worked for them here once again. Hive gets them the lead back.
It was actually bumped out of the play. Lil Jobin there tried to play early and cut out B-Shake. Cut out Hive shot, and B-Shake actually got in the way of him. They collided just on the edge of the box. It was pretty much a free shot for Hive to put away. But sometimes the easiest shots can be so much harder to finish, as Severance getting a lot more physical here, going for the demos as soon as they see them, not even waiting for it. and it's the game plan that's working at the moment. But a team bump between Hyvis and Maurice allows a bit of time for Kindling to orientate themselves on the offense. It goes to the midfield. Jobin does well to keep possession. Going to the backboard. Hyvis challenging, misses Jobin with a free shot. It's off the wall. Uni can finish it here. He puts it to the left side. Secures the 2-2 once again, tying it up. And it's just little stuff from Severance that I'm not liking.
Yeah, the defense. Again, we've spoken about it so much this series. Both teams have been lacking it, but this time it's Severance's turn. None of them can react quick enough and block either the initial pass or the finish from Universe. It allows Kindling to equalise again. It's an exact replica in goal order from game number 2. And of course, Kindling were able to get the overtime win then, but Severance, they'll be looking to change that, and B-Shake is the man to get them the lead back for the 3rd time this game. Great finish.
Can they change their fortunes? Omar had plenty of boost to get to this, just misreads it off the backboard and completely taken there by B-Shake, recognising the awkward nature of his opponent's defense, finding a way through. Severance trying to break the curse that is the losing the lead for them. I mean, when we were talking about what they were doing against Exolon, their defense wasn't all that great. They were very high scoring games, but their offense was just about enough to see them through each one of those games in that series. But the defense almost gets broken once again, as that's off the post. A free shot pretty much for Jobin to put away, but it's going back up the other end of the field. Speech going for the double tap, misses, but Hyvis tries to finish it off. Uni does well to stop the shot early, and with 35 seconds left, I think Severance have it in them to keep the pressure on, to keep that lead, as they've failed to do so in the last 2 games. But they need to be careful here, as they're going to get beat by Jobin. It's off the crossbar. It's
okay.
Mountain going to get to it. Yes, just about managed to tie it up once again. But this is what I'm talking about, Severance. You need to be a bit more patient. You need to recognise when it's the 3rd man playing. You have the lead. You don't need to rush.
Yeah, I mean, they might take some sort of heart from the fact it's the 2nd open net miss from Jobin in, not very long a time, but this time he gets the follow-up. I'm sure he won't mind missing the 1st time, but as you say, Severance's curse continues. They just cannot hold a lead for the life of them. They keep getting pegged back by Kindling. This one, Maurice misses. Hyvis also. Is anyone there from Kindling? Omar is! And the Severance defense. They're absolutely everywhere but hitting the ball, and Omar has capitalised. It's 4-3 Kindling.
It's just the panic again. Maurice missing that ball in the aerial. Hyvis trusted it, and then when it bounced down and it came to him, he backflipped. The nerves really setting in here in the grand final, and it's causing havoc for their defensive line. A really, really late lead taker for Kindling here. Uni tries to make it 5, but it doesn't matter. It's going to drop. Kindling have pushed themselves to match point. We are now going into game 4. If Severance do not win every single game in this entire thing, like if they do not win this reset, this reverse sweep, even, they need to do so to get to the bracket reset, to even have a chance of beating Kindling once again in another series. They haven't beaten them at all in this first one, so it's going to be so tough for them. The fact that they brought the last game to an overtime, and the fact that it's been a 1-goal game in the last 2, there's some hope there. There's some strength in this Severance side, and I think once it all comes to a 4, once the pressure really sets in, and in this very last game when they know it's do or die, I think they will come to a head and actually figure out how to beat this Kindling side, because they've shown their pedigree. They've got to the grand final. They've earned this, so they're going to be fighting for it.
Of course they will. This is the last moment. It has to be now. They have to keep some sort of lead. They've led all 3 games first, and games 2 and 3 they've gotten the lead back, but still, Kindling, I think it's ramped up. The first time they came back from 1 lead, the second time they came back from 2, the third time they came back from 3. And if you can keep doing this from Kindling, if they're so prepared to be down in the series or in the game and just keep coming back, they'll keep doing it. So Severance, the onus is on them. They can score the goals. They can put themselves in the situations they need to be, but this is the one where they have to keep the lead and they have to get a game on the board.
Absolutely do. As I think we have had to have a lobby reset, as a few of the players were having some connection issues. It didn't seem that way to me, but Manitan, they pushed themselves to a 4-3 game, so they're doing quite well despite that fact. But now that we are in a new lobby, hopefully there won't be any issues, and this might give Severance a little bit of a jolt of energy here. A lobby being reset might give them some hope to bring back this series, knowing they have to win 4 games on the bounce is an awful thing to have in the back of your mind, but they're going to be fighting for it tooth and nail, I'm pretty sure, as the Kindling look to put this one away in a clean 4-0 sweep. Get out of here, celebrate early.
Haven't started this one as strong as they would like. Bishik has the opportunity to get in the middle. It will fall to Highvis. Can only direct it to the corner again. Good bump on Universe though. Didn't amount or anything as Omar was in behind him. Has the ball in the middle. Bishik is there. They just let it roll past. A bit dangerous, but they saw that no Kindling player was there to attack it. It has just about worked out for them as Maurice now gets this one clear. It's only to Omar though. Bishik patiently waiting. Good patience from him to make sure he's not committing too early, although that one not quite so good. Highvis will have to be the one to take it. He has a shot on target. Where's the Kindling defense?
They're all in the other half of the field. They're on the red side. Farman, they have such faith in their offensive rotation that I think Omar pushed up a little too far to the mid boost, got a little bit greedy trying to fill his tank and got caught out. Highvis recognizing that well, going for the quick shot across the field. Once again, they take an early lead, a minute in this time. Taking the lead every single game, they've lost every single game. Balmanitan, can they break this curse? As Maurice is going for the second, it's not too powerful. And Uni just about clearing it away, but Bishik up for the aerial is... Oh, well, he beat Jobin, but didn't actually get a touch on the ball. As Maurice tries to keep it away from Omar, does well, but doesn't have the boost to get another touch. It's actually left by Jobin. Gives Highvis a shot, but trust between Uni and his teammate there. Easy enough for the Kindling to clear out. Bishik takes his time, does well, gets it over 2, but gets bumped out for the trouble. Omar just past Maurice. Has to beat Highvis 2, doesn't do so. A clear to the other side of the field, and this one seems a little bit more cagey by Manitan. Do you think both sides recognise just how important the gravity is of this game 4?
I know that this could be the last game and they have to be playing their best, you know. We've seen a few angles, we've seen a few defensive lapses. So far this game, it's been pretty perfect from both sides. But here comes Jobin, here comes Kindling, and once again, for the 4th time in a row, they've equalised. It's 1-1.
Wasn't quite the perfect finish from Jobin there, kind of barreled through and had to force it into that top corner. They won't care. All they care about is the fact that it has gone into the goal, and once again they take an equaliser here. Severance not managing to get a 2-goal lead before Kindling came up with a response. But they've had plenty of chances on the offensive side as Highvis goes for another here. Does well to get it past Uni, but it's just rolling up the backboard. Who's going to wait, take his time, knows that doesn't have the rush. Maurice, a nice pass to the midfield. B shakes over 1. Can he get it over 3? He's done it. It's to the right side. Highvis and Maurice hit each other. That should have been left to one of you to go for the shot. That was so free. B-Shake does fantastically there to beat the defense. How are Severance not in the lead right now?
I have no idea. The communication just broke down. The second and third man committed. It meant neither of them could get the proper shot that they wanted. And it's meant they're not only are they not in the lead, but they're not in the defensive position. Kindling pushing forward, but great clear out by B-Shake. He has Jobin paralysed in defence, and he's beaten him out. It's 2-1 Severance.
B-Shake putting this team on his back, pulling up the bootstraps. He's playing out of his skin right now, beating multiple defenders against one of the best teams in Prospect. Absolutely amazing performance from him. He'll be looking at his teammates to step up to the mark as well, knowing that this is the last chance saloon for the Severance. You win or you go home. I mean, I say you win or you lose. That's the result either way. It's 1 or 0, but Severance have to double commit to keep this away from the marauding Kindling offense as they come back once again. 3 players beaten here by Uni. Is a free shot for Jobin. He's missed. Maurice, was that actually a miss, or did Maurice get a touch on it? Either way, it's Uni to the post and it's not gone in. Severance still have the lead. Another one to the backboard. Free shot for Omar is missed as Hive just about clears the air, clears the pressure from the Kindling. How have they not lost the lead again?
I don't know, maybe this is the one. If they can keep that sort of attack out, maybe this is the one where they finally get a 2-goal lead. You know, they've only had 1-goal leads all series long, and none of them have been enough for them. Maybe this is the opportunity they need. They've held on to this one so far. This is an awkward touch from Kindling, but Omar launches it forward. B-Shake has the double on the wall. Highvis will need to turn around because B-Shake's on 0 boost. He doesn't though, allows Omar to get it forward onto the backboard. Jobin and Universe is up. Highvis has it long. Kindling defense out of sight. But Severance just... I thought they couldn't, but B-Shake is there. He has the 2-goal lead.
Is this fate? Is this destiny for the Severance side as B-Shake takes his second? A brace to the top corner from the opposite side of the net. They finally squeeze a 2-goal lead here in game 4. 50 seconds left. This is the best chance for them to kickstart their defense, their entire play on the field, to bring themselves back into this series. Perhaps they push this to a reverse sweep for the drama, for the scenes, for the pure storylines. The Cinderella story is still alive and kicking for the Severance side. 30 seconds left to go. If they can just hold out long enough, they could actually see themselves coming into this series and pushing back against the Kindling.
They're looking to get another one on the board. Definitely not sitting back. They know they only need to waste time, but they certainly want that 4th goal to just assert their dominance. But Kindling have held out for this last minute. They've tried to keep themselves with a chance, but less than 10 seconds left now for them to get 2, and I think Severance have done it. I think they've kept themselves in this series.
They have, as it ticks to 0 seconds. Kindling mathematically cannot beat Severance here in game 4. Could this be the start of something? Could this be the comeback that Severance have been looking for? Leading the line, B-Shake, 2 goals, a save and 4 shots, doing so much for his team. Didn't quite manage to get an assist. He's allowed Hivis to take that mark for him, but how is B-Shake playing this well? I mean, it seems like he's playing some of the best Rocket League he's ever played. He's going for some double taps, going for disruption play. When he recognized that when he was going for the bumps and demos on the last man that it wasn't working, he stepped back a little bit. He stopped doing it. He was more patient and he waited for the chances to come. And when he got possession, he took it. He recognized that the defense from Kindling was not quick enough to handle him, and he fought for that victory.
Absolutely. He's just... You know, they definitely haven't played badly in the first 3 games. You know, they still had their opportunities and plenty of goals, but yeah, this was the one where B-Shake really stepped up, really showed Kindling that they can take this to reverse sweep and the bracket reset. And yeah, great game from Severance. And I'm really hoping they can kick on and continue this form, because game number 7, it's what you want in a grand final.
Absolutely. If we manage to get 2 of those, if we even manage to get 1 of those, I'll be extremely surprised. But if we manage to get 2, that would be phenomenal. It's a long road ahead for the Severance, but they've begun to pave the way here. That game 4 victory is a fantastic way to do it. And I think we are going to have possibly like a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute break, something like that, by man time. One of the players is decided to restart their router, I think it was, because they're having some connection issues, and I'm sure they'll blame that for that game 4 loss. But as we're waiting for that to kind of roll out, fix itself, what do you think the Kindling are thinking right now? What is going on in their head to know that they could have put this away? They could have ended this clean and easy with that game 4 win, a free sweep basically in the grand final. What is it what do you think they're thinking right now? I mean, I just want to know your thoughts.
Well, I'm sure they'll be hoping that Jobin comes back from his router reset ready to kick on. I'm sure they'll put some of the blame onto that, but there's absolutely no doubting just how quality Severance were in that game. So they've got to make sure they're keeping up with the Severance offense, because a lot of the times the Kindling third man in defense just wasn't there, and it allowed Severance to break in and get the goals on target. So they've got to make sure that although they've managed to win 3 games so far this season, or this series, they certainly haven't finished it off just yet. And despite their triple match point to win the whole tier, Severance are not going to lie down, and they will definitely push them to the very end.
I certainly hope they do. I mean, they've got the ability. They showed it in that game 4. The fact that they can come back from this, and it was I think it was something that we're talking about pre-match as well, that both these teams consider the other to be the best side in Prospect, just as a rule of thumb. I mean, Severance were talking about Kindling as a team that can hurt you if you give them too much time and space. We saw that happening in the first 3 games especially, and that they're good at getting out of difficult situations, punishing you when you make mistakes, which is exactly what Severance were doing, especially on the backboard a few times. And I think for them, they're wanting to disrupt the flow of this Kindling side. They did it quite a fair bit in Game 4, part of the reason they got that 2-goal lead. Of course, B-Shake stepping up to the mark and playing out of his skin there. That was fantastic for him. But I think once Kindling recognize where it is that they're going wrong, where their defense is kind of lacking a little bit, for me, from what I've seen, it's that front post defense. They're not pushing early enough for when B-Shake especially. I say that like Severance as a whole team aren't doing that. It is B-Shake so much that's standing out, has been that shining star for them. And I think he's going to be looking to do that here in Game 5 as well. But if Kindling can't figure that out, if they can't speed up a little bit on the defense, then B-Shake is just going to take this one for granted. He's going to keep doing what he's doing, and they're going to fly towards that reverse sweep.
Coming into this one, looking at the league play stats, High-Vis was meant to be the high scorer.
Let's go in.
For Severance, he might have this early goal. Maurice is on hand to get his name on the score sheet. And Severance, they're not slowing down. Their momentum is going to keep on carrying forward. And they have the 1-0 lead for the 5th time in a row.
8 seconds into Game 5. You could not ask for a better start. The pure threat from High-Vis coming in for the aerial. Jobin jumped early, actually expecting that shot to come through. Did not make contact. Puts it down. It was already on net. He had so much power. He couldn't even stop it. As Maurice going for the second, hits it into Uni. As High-Vis tries to clean something up, get something out of that offense, but no power generated. He had no momentum, and back up the field. Kindling try to create something of their own, but Maurice does well. Severance starting off fantastically here, but it's still dangerous from the Kindling as they score another one. Jobin off the ceiling, didn't even need to touch it again.
Pete Maurice knows this shot is just going in, just comes off of it. And yeah, again, both defenses really struggling to keep men back and make sure they're ready for these long-range shots coming in. This time it's Severance to concede one, and Jobin will very happily take Kindling for the 5th time 1-1 equaliser.
Ooh, that nearly snuck in. That was dropping. It was quite similar to one that Jobin scored in one of the games before, where it just hit the wall and rolled back in. I think it was off of a kickoff. Maurice does well, just about keeps it away from the second man of Kindling, but you've got to cut out those chances so soon, because they're going to keep looking for them, going to keep playing those early shots, knowing that Severance rotation isn't nearly good enough to cut that out. But B-Shake puts a little bit of threat on High-Vis with a shot to the backboard. Maurice follows up, and the Kindling defense falls apart. All 3 players in the corner, none of them get any good touches.
The triple commit comes out, just opens it up for High-Vis and Maurice to get the first pass in, and then the finish from Maurice. It's his second of the game. Maybe this is finally the time that he steps up, because he hasn't been having the best grand final so far, but this is definitely a great way for him to start game number 5.
Yeah, he's been here and there. He's been doing the little things, stuff that doesn't really get you points or any accolades. But B-Shake first to this one, straight into Omar. Still pressure on from the Kindling, trying to create something, but Maurice beats Omar to the corner boost, and as a result wins that 50 over Uni. B-Shake does well to push it up the field into the corner, maybe a bit too well as he lost possession there. Went for the demo on the last man, just about keeping this alive. His High-Vis going for the shot, backflips, and Jobin reads it first. Back and forth stuff in this game 5, and I think that Severance know what they need to do to win, especially from B-Shake here. He's going for the early plays, actually a little bit patient there, recognizing that if he plays quicker and then expects Kindling to expect that, then he plays a little bit slower and they're not ready for it. The early shot here is to the crossbar. Another one from High-Vis, puts it to the left. Jobin just about in time. Did not go past the back post and keeps that out, but still so much pressure on from the Severance. More of the same from them.
Yeah, they're still in the win or lose, or now or never situation. They need to win every game from here. Maybe we haven't been talking about that, because they've been dealing with the pressure so well. They've won the last game. Maurice almost smashes it into his own net. It does indeed hit his crossbar though. Let's survive with that one. And then what? Universe misses that one. How?
It's open, please.
Kindling not got that.
It's open. They're going up the field. They're going to the counter. Is Jobin going to be back in time? Just about. They don't manage to take the 2-goal lead, but Uni really should have scored that one. How they haven't equalised, I cannot fathom. But Ives does well to clear it out. And what Severance were doing wrong on defense, it seems like they've figured it out a little bit, but they are finding some fortune that Kindling seem to have a little bit of nerves knowing that they aren't invincible. We did talk a little bit about Severance having to win every game in this first best of 7. Of course, a reverse sweep, if they lose, they're done, that's it, and Kindling win. But sometimes that can be what unlocks you, that can be what gives you that fire, that ability to push forward. But Omar pushing forward here to score from Maurice is not great clear here. He had to do something, but just bounces it for Omar to finish, and the rotation from Severance still isn't quite working.
Yeah, it's back to this problem again of getting leads. I think this is the 4th time in a row Kindling have equalised for a 2-all. Just Severance having so much difficulty with it, and as you say, the defensive rotation struggling to come back in and deal with these plays from Kindling, because they're so good at keeping men up the field and making sure that they can get the shots off on the Severance net, and yeah, it's got them quite a lot of goals so far this series.
I mean, what I've enjoyed so far is the fact that it's been so close. Neither team's had complete control of any game except game 1, where Kindling took it 5-1, and they've now taken the lead off of a miss on the bat ball once again. Uni recognizing this well. Bishik in an awkward position, tries to read it early, doesn't manage to do so, puts it under Maurice. Once again, the curse comes back to haunt them. They have to fight, they have to score to get to an overtime. A minute left to go. And I fear for Severance here, I really do. They fought so hard to get to this point, and going up against such a strong opponent, they put this one away! They finally equalised! I say finally, it was pretty much instantaneously after Kindling's lead.
I think that is indeed their first equaliser of the whole series, though. It is Maurice to complete his hat-trick. That's 3 for him now. Almost at 600 points, and he's really stepping up. But yeah, Severance, they had a minute to score 1 goal to keep him in the series. They've absolutely done that. Only took them 7 seconds. And yeah, now they will push on and hopefully get a winner and bring us some more of this great series, because it's been so fun to watch.
All good for Uni to the ceiling. Hives commits early. It's beaten by Omar through the midfield. Maurice calls up B-Shake, puts it across. Uni behind B-Shake, not the best positioning. Does well to get a double tap though. Keep a little bit of possession. Jobin, that's going to go wide as Maurice slams it into the corner. A little bit of a questionable decision. Trying to play a bit too fast, but 20 seconds left to go. Killing a lot of time in the midfield. Jobin takes his time, waits for B-Shake, gets beaten on the 50. There's not much defense here as Hives goes up. Uni was frightened there of the Severance player flying in. Omar just about keeping it away from the marauding 3rd man. But it looks like at the moment it's going to overtime. As a late shot even from Jobin, I believe that was, does not find its way into the back of the net. Overtime here, the 2nd one in the series, I believe. Game 5. Who's going to take it?
Severance almost threw it away there before we hit the overtime, but they make it eventually. B-Shake looking very awkward. Hives and Maurice are back in time. Maurice gets the boost and the 50 on Uni, but Uni comes away with the ball. B-Shake standing in his way, beats out Jobin, has 0 boost to his name and gets tangled with Maurice on that right hand side, means Kindling can go down the other end again. Hives is committed as 3rd man, but Jobin couldn't do enough to be even now. B-Shake and Maurice have plenty of time in defense. Omar with the miss. Maurice into the middle for Hives. Does he have the shot? He does, but it's wide and Uni can have time to bring it out. Hives into the middle. B-Shake gets there off the post. Maurice goes again. Oh, the save. So close from Severance.
Another one across. B-Shake to the midfield. Hives does not read it, and Maurice cuts in field. That's dangerous 3rd man play. It's going to leave it for Jobin to cut across the midfield. This is it. This is what it's come down to. Kindling score. They win the Prospect playoffs. They win the grand final. As Severance score, they just about stay alive as Jobin comes in for the shot. Hives there early. B-Shake is beaten. There's no immediate threat as Hives puts it down to Omar. B-Shake rotates well. Just about keeping this one alive. They pushed for the overtime. Maurice to the ceiling. That's dangerous. B-Shake's just about ready for it. Uni back to B-Shake. Doesn't beat the 2nd man. Hives and Jobin 50 just on the edge of the red box. Another one to the ceiling. B-Shake jump early and Uni's going for a shot. He just about keeps that away. 3 jumps. time. I can't help there was a little bit of luck on his side there, but he's managed to keep it away from the grand final win for the Kindling as Maurice to the backboard. Hivers with a free shot just about saved by Job in a pre-jump save of his own. Some unbelievable play from both sides. Some misses, some saves, some shots on target to the midfield. Maurice not in position as Hivers flicks it up, trying to keep it alive over Omar, but it doesn't have much boost to do much else with it. Jobin doesn't win the 50 as Maurice beats out the second man, trying to go for a double tap, doesn't get it. Uni straight to B-Shake, who wasn't ready, puts it wide. A little bit of time, but a demo on Jobin means Hivers can put it to the ceiling. He's going to go for a street shot. Two plays committed there. If he got that on target, I think that would have gone in.
It's been relentless pressure from both sides. That was a great opportunity from Hivers to be sure, but you know, with the saves we've seen so far this game, you can definitely never count any goals in B-Shake. No! Oh my god, Hivers third time!
He stops it! Just about keeps it from an awful miss from B-Shake. That would have been a horrible way to end it. As a free shot for Jobin, decides to take his time, goes to the backboard, leaves it for Omar. No shot from him. How are we still in overtime? Approaching 3 minutes here now. It's rolling across. Omar's a free shot. Puts it high. There's no third man. Hivers misses the ball. Nerves from both sides. It's rolling across. Hivers. Free shot. It's walking. Went through. Does not put it on target either. So many misses from both sides. How has this stayed 3-3 for so long? Severance with the majority of the shots here. Another one to the midfield. Uni to the backboard. Hivers is coming out of his own net. Uni with a free shot. Maurice keeps it away to the post. Some top tier play from both sides right now, but something's got to give. Something's got to go in. Someone's got to score. Who is it going to be? Will it be Jobin against Maurice? Hivers saving his teammate there once again. So many goal line saves. I cannot believe what I'm seeing as B-Shake takes the shot. Is this wide? On target just to the left. Hivers misses the ball, actually leaves it for Omar. This is bouncing forward and Omar's got to put this away. Is Kindling do it? They've taken the playoffs. They've taken Prospect by the scruff of the neck. Severance fought so hard to do this. They came so far, but they have fallen to the raging fire that is the Kindling. GG, well played.
That was an absolutely insane last game for Kindling to win it all. They were one goal away from being champions that whole 4-minute overtime, but Severance just kept hanging on for dear life. Eventually, though, Kindling break through. They get the final goal that they need, and Omar has one Prospect for Kindling.
The amount of shots alone that came out in that overtime, the amount of posts hit, the amount of crossbars hit, the amount of cars hit from the saves, just breaking down that single overtime, not even the game before it, was insane. They played some of their best and eventually worst Rocket League as Kindling do manage to take it. Severance heartbroken at this, pushing all the way to the grand final, do not manage to force the bracket reset. And Kindling with a little bit of trouble and a little bit of help from Omar and friends did do it. They've managed to win playoffs, the first out of 5 in the RSC, and I cannot wait to see the rest of the tiers just from this performance alone, what we've managed to get. I'm almost speechless, to be honest, Balmaniton.
I mean, I had my head in hands there a couple times. That's just how ridiculous it was. The shots just kept coming in, and the saves just kept meeting them, equal to every touch. And how we went on for 4 minutes in overtime, I do not know.
I mean, I'm almost shaking with just the pure energy that was going on in that overtime. I can't imagine what you must be feeling as they join us in the booth now. We are going to interview the winners of the Prospect Division in RSC Season 7. I'm going to ask you first, Omar, because you scored the winning goal at the end there. How are you feeling after that?
I'm really exhilarated because especially after my open net miss, I felt like I would ruin this game, but actually clutching up and getting that overtime goal really makes me really happy, to be honest.
So many chances went wanting, so many went wide, so many were saved as well. Severance played extremely well. When I mentioned in the pre-match and then throughout the game as well that both you and Severance both picked each other out as the ones to watch, the ones that would be the most difficult to play against. You ended up meeting each other in the grand final. I'm going to ask you, Uni, did you feel like they were going to be a tough matchup, or once you got to that match point so relatively easily after 3-game wins, did you think it was just going to be a breeze at that point?
I wouldn't have said it was a breeze because we never wanted to let our guard down. But I think what messed what messed us up the most was the idea that it was the match point, and I think that kind of is what made us throw a bit.
Yeah,
Not necessarily throw. Sorry,
comeback. No, you didn't throw at all. I mean,
Yeah,
Severance played fantastically, especially
Yeah, they did.
B-Shake. They came back in a massive way in that game 5. But is there anything you'd like to ask Barmanatan of the winners of the Prospect Division?
I mean, you were calling it out the whole time we were doing predictions. You know, everyone was saying Exolon are the favourites. Exolon are going to win it all. But you come in here as the underdogs, and you know I'm going to ask you, Joe, and yet to be asked. You know, how has that affected you in these playoffs, and you know, eventually being able to take it all?
Like it didn't affect at all. Like we knew what we were gonna do, so we knew we are gonna just attack every single team we're gonna come across. Every single team just gonna attack, and at last we just won, I guess. But I'm definitely not happy with what we did in this final games. But a win is a win, and I'm really happy with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good job. Severance were so strong, like all series long. They took the lead, I think, every single game, and every time you battled back. And you know, I'm gonna go over to Marbs here. You know, the two AC, the assistant general manager, came in. You managed this team pretty much all season long, and you know, how did you manage to raise this spirit that you know they were never down and out?
So I was 2IC. Shires gave me the privilege of managing this prospect team. I had full control. I could do whatever I wanted with it, and I knew that I was going to make this team win. I worked so hard. Even though I can't win anything, I knew I can make them win something, and it just felt so good to see them. Throughout the whole entire season, there has been changes, but we've all worked really hard. And I would never be the person to say this, but hard work does pay off. So I'm just absolutely ecstatic. I did let out a less than manly scream during that overtime, but overall, I'm extremely happy. And I also would like to thank Shires for letting me manage this team.
Yeah, faith given and faith repaid, I think, there for Shires putting you in charge of this prospect team. I think the very first time you've had to take control of a team and assembling it, making the changes that were needed. Holding on to second place in league play for the last few weeks as well, knowing that you were in such strong control of that. But going into the playoffs here, going back actually to your 3-0 sweep over Exolon, did you expect to be in that position to actually beat the first seed so well, to get into the grand final early and know that you had that safety net of the bracket reset?
To me.
To Mobs. Yeah,
To be honest, I was saying, I was a little bit pessimistic. I was like, all right, guys, it's fine if you go to lower bracket, because I was extremely scared of Exolon throughout this whole entire season. But with the new roster changes we had, we did really well towards the very end, and I was completely astonished when I saw that they just 3-0'd, and that made me very confident for the next one. But I knew Severance were on fire. They were on fire yesterday. They were probably the toughest team we've scrimmed, and they can all. Omar can definitely agree about that. Everyone here can agree that Severance did put up an absolutely amazing fight. B-Shake is absolutely goated, and he did cause a lot of trouble in the defense, but I think they knew that if they lost, I would have been very disappointed. So they, got back up and did their best, and it ended up in us winning the whole thing.
Did indeed a fantastic performance. You're talking about actually that there was going to be no upset. You win playoffs. There's no one else to think about. Very confident talk. Very strong talk, and a very strong performance as well. Congratulations so very much to all 4 of you, and commiserations, of course, to Severance. I think you severed their Cinderella story there, Kindling. You started that fire and you did not let it stop. So well played to you, and I imagine you can't wait until you get those trophies at the end of your names.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Totally. Ooh,
It's everyone in this team. It's your first time in RSC, correct?
Yeah.
That's
Let's go.
Coming in here, the new kids on the block, bullying the prospect here. Well done to you. And thank you so much for joining us in the booth today, and playing over 2 days through prospect as well. It's a long slog to get through, but you managed to avoid the bracket reset, so a fantastic performance. And I hope that you go off and celebrate long into the night, and now you get to relax and watch all the other fantastic playoffs go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victor.
Well, Barmanitan, that was the Prospect Tier champions, the grand final going all the way through. Kindling doing so well, and I didn't actually know they were all new to RSC in the first season. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, I mean, if you look over at that Exolon side, you have Ace, Tortic, and Shez. They've all been here for a while. Ace longer than most. And you look over to Severance, you've got Maurice, who won Season 3, and Bashik and Hiviz, who were both here last season. So yeah, absolutely the new kids on the block, storming to victory. And it was just an incredible grand final to take it all. Massive props to Severance, but I mean, yeah, Kindling, what a performance.
Absolute barnstormer of a playoffs. This is just the first of 5, Barmanitan. We've got so much more Rocket League to come in the days to come. Starting tomorrow with the Challenger playoffs, and then of course going up to minor on Sunday, and then the week after we'll be going into major and elite. But as for now, it has been a long stream. We need to give Mr. Boopy a little bit of a break, as well as ourselves, Barmanitan. But thank you so much to everyone joining, watching, and telling your friends all about it as well, because we need as many people watching this Rocket League as we can get, because it's fantastic. Thank you so much to our sponsor, of course, Static Caravan Buyer as well. We cannot wait to get into the rest of RSC post-season, and I hope to see you there as well. But thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope that the rest of your evening is well.
Good night, folks.